So, g'day everybody, welcome back to another live watch along on the channel. A little bit late, apologies about that, just a few minutes. And I just got home, bit of a bike ride after watching a bit of the reserves play earlier today. But yeah, should be an intriguing contest, Sydney versus Richmond, 2nd versus 17th. So not exactly the most marquee matchup we're going to be featuring today, but you never know. Could this be a bit of a close contest? Richmond, as we all know, this season absolutely decimated with injury. To be fair, from our point of view, we're starting to build up a bit of personal issues. I think up to a third of our best 23 years out, but no excuses really. Our football, though, the last month hasn't been great. We like to see a really strong four-quarter performance. It feels like we've been lacking that for a little while now. And see what happens. Richmond, some games we've played against them in the past have been pretty competitive, and this is actually the first game versus Richmond at the SCG since 2022, and that was the game where Chad Warner had a breakout game and put the ball over the fence. A bit of controversy happened after that. But yeah, we've had a few games at the G, and then we had the... Yeah, no, it's just... I think all the games we've played against Richmond have been in the G. No, 2023 was Gather Round, and the rest have been in the G. So we're back at the SCG. I suppose that's just what happens with fixturing sometimes. You just get some matchup obscurities. You know, a good example is Collingwood. We don't really play Collingwood that often. The MCG, that's always been one, I suppose. But good to have you in chat, lads. So, sorry, let me just load up the stream and figure out the audio correctly. Take the headphone jack out. Oh, there we go. But yeah, no, apologies about being a little bit late. Yeah, like 1 p.m. kickoff time, ball up times, I should say. Can be a bit of a stitch up at times, so we're good to go. But hopefully everybody's going well in chat. Nelson, my friend, more than 52 points. Who knows, mate? I do expect a win, but who knows how much it'll be by Richmond. I think the last month they've been playing pretty competitive footy, even with all their outs. They've been quite admirable. And they've still got some good players and experienced players out there that could really help them. So we'll see how we go. But it'd be nice to have a big win, try and get back on top of the table for now. Obviously, Fremantle to play Brisbane later today, who have every chance, I think, getting Brisbane at a good time, potentially, with their form. Quick look at the teams. 𝐼𝐴 debuting, of course. Pick 14 in last year's draft. Rugby league player 2 years ago. He's come a long way in 24 months, and I feel it's a bit premature for a debut. He's looked okay in the VFL, but still quite raw. So we'll see how he goes today. Against a bit of a weaker opposition, he might go all right, but yeah, we've really got to get around him. But yeah, quite a few out for us. It's probably one of the weakest side. I think easily the weakest side we've fielded this season. No Papley, no Roses. Still no 𝐼𝐴, of course. Yeah, we said Papley, Rampy's obviously still out. Marty Roberts has been important to us. He's still out with the calf. So yeah, a bit of depth coming in today. See how Cole comes in. 𝐶𝐞 back in. Thought it was all right in the VFL last week, and 𝐼𝐵 gets his first game of the season. Deservedly so. We are going to be managing Brodie Grundy, which is fair enough. He's done a power of work. And look, 𝐼𝐵's form of the VFL has been pretty good. So we'll see where we go. Kempy awfully going well, mate. West Coast fan. Wonder how you's going tomorrow against the Dons. Versing them after the week they've had, that could be tough to beat. We'll see what happens. And as for the Tigs, yeah, unfortunately the personnel problems continue. Jonty Fallout, concussion. Tom Lynch out for quite an extended stint on the sideline. Sam Banks back from the broken collarbone, though. He's last 18 months been really improving as a half-back flanker. Dean Prestia with a bit of a grunt in the midfield, and Fawcett, young key forward, comes in for one of his few games of the season. And then, of course, Dosser back in for us too. So we're going with 4 tools. It's a very tall team we're fielding today. We've got 4 tools. We've got 𝐼𝐵. We've got a few key defenders back there. Yeah, it's quite intriguing. And then we've got basically the full smalls of Jakey Lloyd, Caden Cleary. Tommy Hanley gets another game. And with how the back line is looking, maybe 𝐶𝐞 plays forward because we've got the 7 defenders, and Kyle maybe will play in defence. We'll see how it goes. Bolter, he'll be starting the ruck. He's had some decent games. Very good against West Coast a few weeks ago. Up against 𝐼𝐵. How about this? The star ruckman going at it. We're underway, lads. Richmond versus Sydney at the SCG. It's 2nd versus 17th. Richmond coming off a win. Sydney coming off a loss. So we're underway. Anyway, kick now out here towards the wing. Under this one is the impressive 𝐓𝐴. Jeez, he's been good there since he's come into the side, and he gets a good gather. The kick pushes the boundary line, and this one goes over. Ball in. And Harry Kyle, that was his spoil. Well done. Good first effort for him. They'll up his confidence. He was saying when he got announced his debut, got a little interview, he was saying he was a bit nervous. So hopefully our defensive troops really get around him today, and obviously pre-game I'm sure they would have pumped him up well. Ludham's the head out only as far as Ross. He's having a great season. Dumps it inside 50 to the pocket. In front. So out the back. Bang. Here we go. Richmond at the first. And it's the youngster 𝐼𝐴 𝐴. I couldn't even tell who that was for a sec. Well, he's been another player that's absolutely been killed with injury. Young 𝐼𝐴 𝐴 hurt his, I think it was a leg injury against Fremantle over in Perth. Came back last week against the Dons. Had a decent outing and he's kicked the first. Well, yeah, no, 𝐴 got good position there. He was able to get hands on against 𝐼𝐴 and we'll get the gather out the back. Well, not an ideal start. But last week we've seemed to be accustomed to some slow starts. So yeah, it was a clearance from Jack Ross. 𝐼𝐴 sort of off balance there. Then yeah, he causes a bit of a fumble and then well done 𝐴 gets the first for the Tigs. Beverage today, just a bit of a ginger lemon kombucha. It's not bad. 19-year-old with his first of the afternoon. Good start for the Tigers. First inside 50, first goal. Not great for our defensive output, but anyway, out the front we go. Juddy Warner lowers his eyes. Needs a good game this week. That's not a good entry. Going to be picked off here. Under the pump, though, is Shaw. Let's hope we can really bring some good forward pressure today. It's been a little bit hit and miss. Judd now dishes the hands only as far as Seth Campbell. Getting a bit of midfield time the last few weeks, young Seth Campbell. The Tasmanian and Jaden Short's tackled for a Sydney forward 50 stoppage here. Heaney now stripped of it. Good tackling pressure there from Clearan, Rowbottom and 𝐼𝐴. We'll have another ball up here. Rising Star nomination last week too, Paddy 𝐼𝐴. Yeah, showing some nice composure, the young wingman. Ludham's now good body work and he gets it out of the ruck. Bit of a dump kick though. Had a bit of time. Grill mops up. Hand pass. Could have been a bit better for 𝐼𝐴. Heaney, good pressure. Well, he almost handballs to himself. Cleary working hard. Kicked a beauty, of course, last week against the Cats. That was an absolute cool that check side from the boundary. And I thought he was decent last week, Cleary. So, look, given our personnel, it's fair enough he's getting another game. But even if Papaline Roses was fit, I'd probably say he stays in. Team high score involvements, Cleary last week with 7 last time out against the Cats. Another repeat stoppage here. So we have it where we want it. Adam 𝐓𝐴 coaching on the bench. Cox, as per usual, up in the box. And now a bit of a hack kick forward from 𝐓𝐴, only as far as 𝐵lanky, so he can mop up here and he'll latch the ball out across to James Jordan. Not a bad first half against Geelong last week, and then we decided to drop the tag on Bailey Smith. So as he run amok in the third team, he's probably going to back himself. Well, Jordan can kick some big goals. He's kicked 4 goals straight this season, yet to kick it behind. Let's see if he can get this. It's a good-looking effort. Does it have the leg? Wow, what a goal. James Jordan, get around him. We'll get a goal back. Yeah, he just, ever since he's arrived, he's seemed to be such a sharpshooter, James Jordan, for us. Now, let me just refresh that chat, by the way. It's not loaded correctly. Let me just refresh that page. Well, no, good response. I mean, we're getting a few repeat stoppages, locking it in. That's good to see. 𝐵𝐿𝐴ston probably should have used the ball a little bit better there. Had a bit of time and space to get a bit of a more of an advantageous kick, but 𝐵lanky mops up. All right, there we go. It's a bit more refreshed. It just didn't seem to be scrolling down properly. Good goal, James Jordan. Yeah, no, as we said, ever since he's arrived, he's been such a good goal kicker for us. Can kick some crazy goals too from the boundary outside 50. So good response. Ball back in the middle here. Chad now slips over. 𝐼𝐴 needs to have a good game. Thought he was disappointing last week. Hands could have been better. Just a bit of a nothing one. Ludham's goes at ground level, dives on it. Ball needs to be trickled out of his favour. The umpire's ball. Ludham's with the hit outs. 𝐼𝐴 held. So going to be his free. So he's told to go now, 𝐼𝐴. Good looking kick for Heaney. Wow, beautiful kick. That's nice from 𝐼𝐴. Obviously leading our team in score involvements. Needs to have a good outing today. Finds Heaney a bit of space. He angled his kick somewhat towards a portion of the 50, not just a long bomb inside 50. So nice hit up there. Huge, mate. Geez, giving the cut slot button a bit of a workout there, my friend. Who's the player? Tigers will be tough day. Oh, it's Big Brody Grundy, my friend. It's actually June in a few days, so I've got to change that over. Swans by 10. Who knows, mate? It could be close. You always just got to anticipate the best from each opposition, then we'll see how we go, I suppose. 𝐼𝐴𝐴𝐞𝐞, can he go here? Looks good. Is it touched? Is it good? I think it's good. 𝐼𝐴𝐴𝐞𝐞 on the board. There we go. That's what I like to see. Some good news coming inside 50. 𝐬𝐿𝐼𝐴𝐶 McInerney. Score involvement already. And a goal assist to his name is 𝐼𝐴𝐴𝐞𝐞 on the board. So 𝐼𝐴𝐴𝐞𝐞's just pushing forward, really, against Taranto there. Yeah, no, it's a good kick, really good kick from Judge. Just basically dropped it in the hole for 𝐼𝐴𝐴𝐞𝐞 to go and get. Now, turn answered our way, so hit the lead. And it just feels like 𝐼𝐴𝐴𝐞𝐞 inside that 35-metre range is almost automatic at the minute with his set shot goal kicking. Ball back in the middle, Adams with the hit out. And it's going to be a free against the goal kicker to Dion Prestia. So now the Tigers can get it inside 50 here. Long ball, who can fly? Big spool from Tommy McCartan. Actually, he doesn't really get much purchase on it. And this one sort of in dispute. Oh, Auger, good little effort. Now crushing through. It's a goal, I think. Yes, it is. Is it Noah Roberts-Thompson? Yes, it is. The related to, of course, LRT. Well, he's got a goal. Good response from Richmond. 2 goals apiece. Well, yeah, looked a bit lost at sea there at ground level. We had a few go up. And just caught lagging behind a little bit, not manning up there. Jeez, we had plenty of numbers to mop it up. Nice little rove there from Roberts-Thompson. No, good response from Richmond. Well, they're going to be a pretty competitive side, you think, today, Richmond, so got to watch out. So Roberts-Thompson kicked a beautiful goal against Essendon to kick pretty much the sealer last week, and he's on the board as Richmond now work the hands. And good pressure there from Amadi. Need to try and win the ball back here in this dangerous spot, but Richmond mopping up okay. A few hospital hand passes, smacking it forward. Hopper mops it up. Back across now to Taranto, the former Giants combining, and hits it on the wing to find Sam Banks back from injury. So Banks now hits a short kick on the wing to Grill. High draft pick from last year, of course, Sam Grill. Melican in a good spot, roving here. Seth Campbell as well. Back here now to Banks to force it. Across to Grill, Amadi. Oh, nice little spin move there from Grill. Back here to Broad. Can reload here for Richmond. Inside 50. Who can fly? It's not really a great kick as Blanky mops up well. Now shifted across here to Lewis Melican. And across to Sammy Wicks. So we've got a bit of space here on the wing. So Wicks will hit it out wide. And find Tom Hunnelly. Disappointing last week, Hunnelly. He did kick a goal to stem the flow somewhat. But let's hope we can see a better performance out of him today. Back to Wicks. Let's now launch it long down the line. Towards a pack of players. Oh, geez, good roving from Heaney now. At the back here is Hunnelly. He can stroll in and have a shot for goal. Oh, unlucky. It's a bit of a tricky kick there. He had options galore in the as a centering option, but he decided to go himself. So, bit of a wasted chance there. As now Richmond go quick from the kick in here. Taranto's held up, so he'll flick the hands back to Banks. This one really hugs the wing, but it looks okay. But it's actually going to be out in the full. So, yeah, no, it's out in the full. Free to Melican. Thanks for all leaving a like, subscribe, lads. Just joined. Should be an intriguing contest today. 2nd verse 17th as we launch inside or just to the outside on a 50 sport from Bolter ball in. Wish this game's on the States. Hopefully going well as I mate. Welcome. First two. You know, a kick to unanswered with James Jordan, Heaney. Jordan with a nice shot outside 50, and then Heaney, the usual set shot. Heaney now punches this one forward. And the pump there is Trezise, and they work their hands here okay. The Tigers sort of trying to find some space and get a bit of clearance with this kick. It's broad, no fuss out of there. It's a really high ball. Campbell, not a bad effort, and this one's going to be thrown in again. Just 4 hand passes to 17 Richmond's way. Granted, Richmond's hand passes have just been a lot of under pressure. Well, there we go. We now play the waiting game as Fox Footy decides to disrupt its coverage. All right, we're good now. All right, holding the ball free. I didn't see what happened, but Cleary's got it. $40 a bloody mutt for this, eh? Cleary now inside 50. Who can fly? I think it's held. Yep, holding free. I think it was against McDonald there. Against Samari, excuse me. Good mark, Tommy McCartan. So, good sign to kick things off. We're really locking in the ball in the forward half well here. As we now get another repeat entry through 𝐓𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐴. Clever looking sort of kick. Drops it short to Heaney, but he was well defended. As now they can look to bounce here, the Tigers. This is where they've shown some dangerous sides, but we do well to win the ball back. Cleary now under the pump, needs to get rid of it. Gives it, oh geez, bad turnover there. Gives a run to Prestia, and now the Tigers off the turnover. Can now hit this one to the wing. Now 𝐼𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐿𝐴. And that's a good intercept mark from Josie McInerney. So we're controlling the skies here. McInerney now. Across to 𝐓𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐿𝐴. McCartan. Trying to bind off the corridor, but nothing on the minute as we now shift it wide. Melican. And across here to Hanley. Good overlapping run from Wicks. And he is honoured. So we can take a few bounces here. The boy from Manly. Now goes inside 50. It's a nice looking kick. McDonald can't quite get on the end of it. Good pressure here. 𝐼𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐿𝐴 lowers the kick to Charlie. Yeah, and he's got it. Well done, Charles. Well, that's nice to see. We work it. Get a goal from some wing play there. There's 𝐼𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐿𝐴 for somewhat a Joe the Goose. He's got his first. And we get a response. Well, yeah, that's what Wicks does so well for us. Plenty of good about him. That running carry. Creates an option and a few bounces. Hits it towards half forward. McDonald at least brings it to ground. And nice roving there from 𝐼𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐿𝐴. Yeah, a bit messy there. The Tigers' defences. Broad's got to be better at getting that gather. Serong on the end of it. I don't know what Serong was trying to do. Was he trying to go for goal? It was sort of one of those kicks on the run. Sometimes he hit it a bit short. It looked like a bit of that. It wasn't the most prettiest kick to Charlie. Dropped short for him, but he has well to will it over the line and get a snag. Post heard him. Yeah, no, he looked a bit ginger off that. As Brady Kirk gives Josh Strong a bit of a high five as he's off to the pine. That's going to be holding free against Sheldrick. Free to Hopper. Got him a bit high, I think. Jacob Hopper, plenty of criticism about him this year. Lack of pace and etc. Or watch him have a blinder against us. Jeez. Good roving again from the Smalls, and the Tigers have got another. How about that? Sonsie this time. They're getting busy through their limited opportunities here, Richmond. As they get another. Well, defending inside 50, not really been the greatest so far. Their Smalls have got to work, and I mean, we're getting plenty of numbers. They just seem to keep on winning these outnumbered contests. I mean, that's just a great row from Sonsie. McCartan with the spoil, and, well, no one just checking Sonsie there. Simple as that. It's a good rove and a good goal. So, 3 goals, 1 place, 3 goals straight. So, it was a spoil from McCartan and a nice rove and goal from Sonsie. Now we need to get to work here as this nice hands from Serong, but Warner, bit of a bad fumble, recovers though, and he hits a good kick. Tom Hanley now he can hit the goals from this range. He's done it before. He's scanning his options, so he's going to 𝐼𝐻𝐿 with a high ball towards the square. Oh, it works. That was a little bit too easy. Don't know what Richmond's defenders were doing there. All ball watching a bit. Logan was caught out the back on his lonesome. Well, should get a response here. McDonald back and forth a little bit. Oh my God. Jeez, that's one of the misses of the season. McDonald has made an absolute mare of it. Point blank range, slight angle. He has hit the post, and he doesn't even clip the post. He hits the other side of the post on the point side, so it was even worse. Well, not really ideal there. Have to go 𝐼𝐻𝐿𝐴. Yeah, I'm thinking the same as well, mate. They've been pretty competitive last month, even with all their outs. Luke Trainer now. High draft pick from the other year ago. Goes long down the line. Got some numbers in the air here. Ah, jeez. I mean, we had some numbers in the air there, and we give away the free, so not really ideal. So they'll have to come back here, the Tigs. Reverse? What the? Okay, we'll take it. 𝐵𝐶𝐿𝐴 now onto the pump. 𝐼𝐻𝐿𝐴 now under the pump. That should be ball, and it is. Well, geez, I'm a bit puzzled why on earth that even was a reversal. There just didn't seem to be some clear explanation why. Oh, that's a bit weird. That's a bit of a strange one, because that play should just be voided. Because it wasn't really part of the play, because it's a free kick anyway. The Tigs work the hands here. Hopper under the pump. Does well to work it through, and now the Tigers can weave their way inside 50. It's not really a great entry. Bice, very good last week. Gives the hands to 𝐶𝐬𝐿𝐴. Let's see if we can bounce a little bit here. 𝐕𝐻𝐿𝐴, hands over the top. Good running here from 𝐶𝐬𝐿𝐴. He's still got some pace. The boy from Wagga takes a bounce on the wing. What can he manufacture? The kick just gets over the top and finds Jakey Lloyd, and he's got a bit of an option over the top. Good transition there. Logan McDonald in the pocket. Well, wouldn't this just be football in a nutshell? You miss from point blank range, and Logan now will kick this, I reckon, from the boundary. This is what usually happens. You make a mare of it in front, then you kick a beauty from the boundary. And he's actually been one of our best conversions this season. Let's see what he can do. Don't tell me. What did I bloody just say, eh? It's just how it works sometimes. Unbelievable. I mean, what can I say? You missed directly in front. You kicked that. It was a lovely kick. It swung back perfectly to hold the line. Well, there we go. We've manufactured another good scoring opportunity off some transition from the back half. A bit of our strengths coming to the fore here. And this is where we really need to try and put Richmond in the sword. This running power that we can possess. Beautiful kick from 𝐶𝐬𝐿𝐴. And, yeah, just that overlap. McDonald on his lonesome again. Well, let's pretend that miss never happened. 7-point play from him, I suppose. A-League is the best sometimes. Thanks for joining, mate. I guess I'll take it as a compliment. Thanks, mate. Speaking of the A-League, mate, geez, did you hear about that Tim Payne fella? 4,000 followers. If you don't know, lads, some Argentine social media figure, he identified a World Cup player with the lowest Instagram follower account, and he's like, basically, oh, go follow this guy. Yeah, 2.5 million followers on now. He got about 1 million followers in a day. Unbelievable. Yeah, no, I saw it on my Twitter feed. I was like, geez. So he's going to be a pretty cheered on player, I think, when the Kiwis play later this month. Anyways, now we work the ball forward. So it was an intercept mark in that back half, and we were able to get it inside 50. Bad hand pass from Hopper there. Now inside 50. McDonald can fly. Just past him a little bit. Tigers now trying to work something. Their hand passing's been pretty sloppy at times. Good smother there from Rowbottom. We're going again. Sheldrick in there. 𝐻𝐿𝐴. Good committing there from Ross. 𝐵𝐻𝐿𝐴 under the pump. Tackled from Heaney. after football's sorted. Yeah, I wonder what he'll do. Will he try and cash in off it? He seems like a bit of a humble chap, so... Anyway, chat onto this one. 𝐴𝐵lanky now. Ooh, good looking kick. Beautiful kick. Finds Charlie in the pocket. Well, yeah, we're definitely seeing a golfing class, I think, with the skill so far this game. The Tigers have been a little bit sloppy in and under. We're sort of, they're trying to work around us, but they'll just have that bad hand pass, and we feast on that turnover. So let's see if Charlie can snag this. This will help his confidence. His conversion's been quite wayward all season long. And he's got it. Good stuff from Charlie. As we get a few in a row here. His 𝐴𝐶𝐞 𝐎𝐥𝐝 got 19 million views. Wow. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really that big on Instagram here. I mean, I haven't posted in years. But yeah, I just saw it on the Twitter feed. I'm like, bloody hell. That's pretty cool. Well, goal from a stoppage/turnover, I guess you can say. 𝐵lanky just mopping up. Yeah, you can't leave the lizard all alone there. Nice short kick finding Charlie 𝐴𝐶𝐞. Well, good little response here. 5 goals, 2 plays, 3 goals straight. I think we've been slow the last 2 weeks, mate. Yeah, no, exactly right. Yeah, last month hasn't been our greatest footy. I think, yeah, like the midfield has been a little bit volatile in the inability to play 4 quarters too, so hopefully we can string one together as we are now starting to click into gear a bit, but 𝐵lanky's been holding the ball. I mean, it wasn't really a full tackle, it was sort of stripped of it, but fair enough. Ross is free now. He gives the hands to Grill. This is an impressive runner for the Tigers. He goes inside 50. 𝐵lanky trying to find a bit of positioning. 𝐵lanky with the spoil, and it's a good repeat effort and a nice tackle on Pine's ball. Aussie Trump, mate. Hopefully going well. Yeah, hope things are going well up there, mate. I love the belt the Tigers get. Yeah, it would be handy. And then let's say if we were to win and Fremantle lose, Ms. Hopper now gets a snapping shot at goal. Edwards. Oh, geez, don't tell me he didn't touch it. I don't think he touched it. I don't know if he's touched it. I think it's inconclusive. It's too blurry. Yeah, I think it's got to be inconclusive. It has to be inconclusive. It could be, but I wouldn't be shocked if it's inconclusive. It looks pretty blurry. Well, it's just one of those unlucky ones. Goes through your legs. Yeah, there you go. Like, you can make a case that really has gone through his legs, but like, how can you be 100% sure? So, fair enough. That's a let off there. Oh, geez, we're giving the Tigs a bit of opportunities here. They're seeming to feast on some outnumbered contests that we have the advantage to. They're just seeming to will their way in. So, anyway, minor score there. 𝐵lanky. All right, that's a really risky kick. So, bad turnover potentially as Ross now wins it back. Shifts the hands across to 𝐼𝐴𝐥𝐝. Does he have it on the full? Yes, he does. And he speeds it in to find Jasper all around, who kicked the first of the game. Mike, hopefully go well, mates. Chicago enjoying the broadcasts. Yeah, hopefully everything's going well over there on the States, mates. So, Olga, can he snag this? One of Richmond supporters sing this lad's praises in the VFL. Decent game last week against Essendon after a bit of an injury-riddled season. He's got that leg strapped up, as you can see. Well, let's see if he can kick a beauty here for a bit of a response for the Tigers. Not a bad effort, and it swings back the right way, I think. Yes, it is. What a goal. 7-point play there for the Tigers. I'll take that. As they get a goal back. Beautiful snag from the band 𝐼𝐗𝐿𝐴 𝐈𝐴.
But these are the opportunities they give you. We spoke about it pre-game, Jono, that if you're off defensively in your front half, you know they're going to be high risk to pick off targets in the middle.
Well, getting plenty of opportunity our way, but I've just been able to feast on a lot more limited opportunities. The Tigers, a good hit up there from 𝐼𝐗𝐿𝐴, and simply just a beautiful kick. Not really much you can do about that. Unfortunately, that's just the good bad of Nick Blakey, I suppose, A-League. There's going to be some beautiful kicks. There's going to be some shocking ones. I think this year he's done okay to somewhat limit a bit more of his bad kicks. As now Richmond win a centre clearance. Now inside 50. Good sport there from 𝐿𝐴. That's better from him there. 7-2 in the centre clearances, so it's not really an ideal point that we'd like to see early in this game. Ladham's now in the ruck, pushed aside a little bit too easily from 𝐿𝐴. 𝐸cartan mopping up, gives it to 𝐿𝐴, flicks it over the top here to 𝐿𝐴. Across now to 𝐴𝐵𝐵𝐵, back to 𝐶𝐬. And now we exit the 50 towards the wing here. It's a good mark from Jordan against Banks. It's a good kick too. Corridor, it's open up here now. 𝐵𝐶𝐬 𝐿𝐴. Now flick the hands to Jordan, now to Blanky. Trying to find some space. Good spin move there from the Lizard. A little bit too cute. Jeez, Hayden McLean like agility there, trying to get that ball. Good tackle from Heaney, umpire's pill. 5 minutes to go. Colin, oh, how about, yeah, that was a beauty last night. Blues, oh yeah, and Aussie Trump says Blues Mad Mates over the moon. Yeah, that was some win. Such a good mark from Cripps, though. The leap, the grab, it's like he has put on the cape, hasn't he? Will Hayward, very good too. He's been excellent the last month, having a very good season. McDonald just gets the kick away. Jordan has a shot at goal and he misses. They're on the trot now, the Blues. They're playing with a lot of confidence. And, you know, early in the season, they were playing good footy. They just weren't able to play it, especially in the second half. So it feels like 3 in a row. They're now sort of starting to restore the wins they really should have had off the balance of play earlier this year. So they're only a game or two outside the top 10, so it's starting to turn into a bit of a logjam. Rowbottom now shifts the hands to 𝐵𝐼𝐴 and opens up here in a bit of space. Heaney just gets the kick away. Oh, well done from Charlie. Not the correct type of kick, though, as he check signs it the other way. And it's marked in the goal square by Broad. Well, the Tigers are giving us definitely a bit of space in the corridor, and we're exploiting it. Kick could have been a little bit better, though, but Heaney was under pressure as Taranto does well in the air. Brings it to ground, and now Richmond work it forward. And that does work. A kick to 𝐸𝐿𝐴 𝐿𝐴, former rugby player. Up against young Will Edwards, of course. It's a short 45 kick to Taranto. Dumps it now inside 50. Got some numbers in the air here as Ladham's, that's all it is. It's just a bad kick really there. Way too shallow of an entry. Adams drops it a bit too short for Cleary there. 𝐿𝐴 mops up well. A few of the young midfielders combining as Cleary gives a good sweeping hand pass to Rowbottom. He now goes inside 50. Charlie in a good spot. Gets the grab. And he can go back here and get a response. But yeah, I think it goes to show sometimes footy is a sport where hard work can beat a bit of talent. Obviously on paper I'd say Geelong are far more superior, skillful and talented side, but geez, the Blues' hunt and intensity last night was really, really impressive. Anyways, Charlie 𝐴𝐿𝐴. This one will swing across to the left. And no, actually hold the line. Well, he's had a good first quarter, Charlie. Another goal to his name. And a goal back. Yeah, it feels like that a little bit, Andrew. And it's just the defence has been a little bit leaky in the back 50. Yeah, I think we're defending the ground pretty well. It's just really the inside 50s not really defending too well. Well, there we go. Sweeping hand passes galore there. Well, that's a positive definitely with Clear. I think his hand passing is really good. Those sweeping hand passes, he does it quite well in the VFL too, and that one really set Rowbottom free. Nice little 2-2 win on there on the wing too with 𝐓𝐴𝐿𝐿 and Clear, a few of our youngest players as 𝐼𝐗𝐿𝐴𝐷𝐻𝐻. Oh, geez, that's an absolute let-off and a half. Absolute let-off and a half. That should have been holding the ball, but he got 𝐼𝐗𝐿𝐴𝐷𝐻𝐻 high there, Jack Ross. As now we quickly work the hands. Chad now to 𝐓𝐿𝐷𝐻𝐻. Looping hand pass to Cleary. Clever little tap down. It's a tricky one for Carl, though, as he was unable to get that half volley. It could be coming back. Sarong, decent courage. Couldn't take the mark, though. Rowbottom hunts. Flicks the hand pass into space for 𝐓𝐡𝐞. Oh, good balance there from 𝐓𝐡𝐞. He could have been shoved off balance. Oh, 𝐼𝐗𝐿𝐴𝐷𝐻𝐻. 2 hands, mate. Jeez, the wheeze. That looks like a push in the back. Nothing given. 𝐓𝐿𝐷𝐻𝐻 under the pump here. Extracts the hands only as far as Prestia. Hopefully he can keep his body well together, and yep, that's going to be free for Prestia. As now he quickly plays on DL, no fuss. Inside 50 they go. Lafau, good positioning there against McCartney. Ground level now, Olga just gets the hands out. Taranto trying to burst his way through. He extracts it out, offload hand pass. Another one there from Lafau. Banks across to Roberts Thompson. He can have a bit of a flying shot. I don't even know what that was. Was he trying to centre it? It looked like another floaty kick. Strong on the goal line. Positioned himself well there. Now to Chad. Minute 14 to go as Chad now goes long down the line. Amadi. Looks like we're outnumbered here in this contest, but Joel's just got to keep on trying to work forward, and he does well, Joel. That's a good little win. Yeah, no, looks like 𝐼𝐿𝐴𝐷𝐻𝐻 could have a big afternoon. He's looking sharp early on. 𝐼𝐻𝐴𝐷𝐻𝐻 grabs out of the ruck, gets a clearance, not really effective. And Clear is unable to bring that to the ground. Going to be Marquette of Loston. Jacks a kick to the wing. Steely Green now. Can try and hit up a target. Just not a really good kick though. Oh, geez, it goes through McCartan's legs. What on earth is going off with some of this Gramble stuff in the back 50? Blanky mops up well though. Now back to Tommy McCartan. That's a better kick out into the wing, and Jordan provides some run. Hanley can just loop in the man. Yes, he does. To Jordan. We've got some options in the corridor here. And we find 𝐓𝐿𝐷𝐻𝐻. Chad's all on his own here. And now he can go bang from outside 50. Good stuff, Chad. Needs to have a big afternoon, Johnny Warner. Well, there you go. The offensive progress there a little bit. Tigers just leaving a few options in the corridor for us to feast upon. And there we go. We cushion well. Well, this is a strange quarter. It feels like we've looked at a little bit hit and miss here and there, but we've kicked 45 points. So I don't think we've been absolutely at our top level, but we still snagged a lot of points here. But really, we have been. This game's really been in control in our favour, I'd say. Working the ball well. Transition the ball a little bit too easily at times for Richmond's liking. Chad on the board. Good first turn. 7 disposals, 2 clearances and a goal. 16 seconds here. Ruddham's out of the ruck. Bang. Well done, son. And good mark from Ben Miller. Well, short now out across 𝐸𝐴𝐷𝐻𝐻. Don't think they'll have time here, Richmond. Well, interesting first term. 7 goals, 3, plays 4 goals, 1. Tigers have been pretty plucky and competitive, but yeah, there's definitely been a gulf in school in that first quarter. Swans still put the Tigers to the sword. And so we've kicked 7 goals, 3 for the first quarter, so probably our biggest scoring first term in quite some time, 45-25. But yeah, there was just a few goals that we wouldn't have been pretty pleased to give up. It just seemed a few times when our back 50, they seemed to win the outnumbered contest while we had the numbers and still work and manufacture goals off it. But 19-13 inside 50s. I've gotten to work at ground level, a few of those Tiger smalls, but it feels like we've started to assert ourselves really as the quarter went on. Contested ball though, -12. But it feels like a lot of those contest possessions, Richmond are just sort of selling themselves into trouble. They can't really find an exit, and they're coughing up a turnover, or they're just dumping it forward. So I don't think that's really too concerning. We just seem to be really alert off the turnover and making them pay. 27-15 marks though in our favour, so controlling the game, 7-1 marks inside 52. So that's already a big stat in that first quarter. Hitting our targets whilst Richmond not so much. 11-12 in the clearances, pretty even. Tackles 16-13 and 8 tackles inside 50-0 in our favour. So the forward pressure, it's been pretty lively so far. We're locking in our forward half at times. Have a look at this first term though. From the player's point of view, 𝐼𝐴𝐸 having a really good first quarter. A goal to his name, 6 disposals, 4 tackles. Ludhams winning the hit-out work against 𝐼𝐴𝐸, 9 hit-outs to 6. He's looked all right, Pistol. A few grams out of the ruck. He just always is a bit of a erratic player at times. A few hack kicks and turnovers here or there, but I think he's held his ground well so far. Jordan's had a good first quarter, provided plenty of run. Chad, a good first term from him as well. Blanky's kicking, apart from that ordinary kicks, that kick-in's been pretty solid. Sarong, neat back there. Cunners, I've liked his run so far. So, yeah, he is playing defence for us today. Cole yet to get a disposal, but he had, of course, had that nice spoil earlier in the game. Tom McCartan, 4 disposals, McDonald, 1 goal, 1. Could have 2 if he just kicked that goal directly in front. Yeah, not a bad first term. I think definitely one of the best alongside Heaney would have to be Charlie Curnow. Already 3 goals to his name, and he's flushed some really good set shots too. So, as for Richmond's point of view, Ross has had a good first quarter. He's got 7 disposals, 4 tackles. Jasper Uga with 2 goals to his name. Tyler Sonsie with a goal. Taranto working hard in the middle, 6 disposals. Grill with a few disposals off halfback with 7. Roberts Thompson, of course, kicked a goal earlier on. Sam Cummings been okay, 4 disposals. They've shown some decent sides, the Tigers. They've been pretty... They've outdone us a little bit at ground level when they've gone inside 50, but I think the goal from skill level has been pretty evident in that first term. We've been able to put them away a little bit for our good offensive work. Actually, a little like to subscribe, those who just joined. So Sydney by 20 quarter time. It's been a competitive effort from Richmond. They've been getting to work on the inside game. That's been probably one of their positives of this season. They've been able to win some centre clearance against us a few times. But again, I think the skill level from us has been at a greater quality, and this is probably why we're up by 20 points. And we've been able to move the ball well from the back half and catch some napping a little bit in the corridor. But yeah, really, apart from that kicking from Blanky, he's been pretty good with the ball. Again, you've just got to ride the good and bad with Blanky, I suppose. Curnow was a good pickup. I think he'll continue to grow into form. Look, we'll see how he goes this season and the next couple whilst he's here. But it feels like with the scenario Sydney we're in, they've just got to try and shake their tree a little bit. So, but no, he's had a good first term. Are you also having bad weather today? No, it's been okay. Pretty windy. Jeez, I tell you, It's absolutely crap when you're bike riding into the wind. You feel so powerless. You're just trying to pedal and it's just blowing in your face. It's like, fucking hell. Right up the bloody hill and stuff as well. It's a bit crap at times, but yeah, no, been a little bit windy. Been a little bit windy, of course. Hopefully Swans kicked all. Jeez, that'll be a nice dark horse. See what happens, though. But yeah, we're definitely doing a lot right. I think the ball use inside 50 has been pretty potent. But yeah, geez, it feels like it's a little bit too easily at times at ground level. You know, back 50 of the Tigers been able to get to work. Go, Mark. Hopefully going well, mate. Hello, and Russia. Good to see you, my friend. Plenty of foreigners stop by and say hello, mate. So a warm welcome. Anyway, lads, we're underway for the second term. Sydney by 20. Ladhams with the hit-outs to start off the second quarter. As now Hopper gets another centre clearance here for Richmond, so they're doing well in that department of the game. And they can get to work here against, again, the Tigers. Bump of the bodies. Edwards goes in. Same with Chad. No fuss, just hacks it back the other way. It's not a great kick as it's going to be mopped up by Vlosten. Now they'll drop it short to Hopper, and they get a repeat entry here, Richmond, who can have a fly. No one is able to take the mark as fucking Co's buffering. So, yeah, the wind has probably affected the internet. Bolton now, a flying shot at goal, and he's missed. What a score it is. Hello and welcome, Jez. You're doing your best 𝐷 Russell impression there, Aussie Trump. So 8-4 in the centre clearances. Yeah, it feels like centre clearances are such a volatile statistic in footy. It feels like some weeks you're brilliant in that statistic and other weeks you're absolutely shocking. Lloyd now. Really good hand pass. That's a beauty, the Chad. Perfectly timed on the run, out in stride. And again, the corridor opens up. Logan McDonald can hit a kick. It's just simply way too easy. Well, the offensive prowess of this side really starting to click into gear. From inside to out we go, bang. Really good hand pass from Lloyd. I think he sets up that scoring opportunity perfectly well. Catches Chad in stride. Well, Charlie, left foot snap. This could go anywhere for his fourth goal. He's got it. Good man. First to the second. Goals 3 says plays 4 goals 2. He's already got 4 goals. If you just joined us, Charlie Curnow. And it's another goal from the back half. Transition and the running power of the side really starting to show. Well, what on earth is Ben Miller doing there? He absolutely got caught out. He didn't see Curnow run back towards goal. And McDonald, that's way too simple for him. Just hits it. Easy option to Charlie. Oh yeah, let me just... I remember last week people saying my audio was really low, so I've just dialed up the knob a little bit, so hopefully it's okay now. Ball back in the middle here. Ladhams, I think the new rule is really benefiting him in the VFL too, as he's a bit of a leaper. McInerney shifts the hands nicely, the 1-2. McInerney, oh geez, he does well. Pushes his way through, gives it now to Isaac. Hits it to the goal square. Curnow again, he's got 5. Jeez, he's getting an absolute... looks absolutely on today, Charlie. He's getting an absolutely beautiful service. That's safe to be said. Sorry, that was the term I was trying to think of. I had an absolute mind blank there. Well, it's been a little bit of Ben Miller. He was on Luke Traynor in that one, so absolutely pushed him away like a sack of spuds. Let's be real. Well, there we go. A few of the stars are... contributing there. Goal from the centre bounce. McInerney does well to keep his balance and keep on knocking the ball forward, not lose possession. Good stuff from Heaney. Yeah, I watched the 3 quarters and then, yeah, I had to head off. But, yeah, no, it felt fair play to Richmond. They've lost the last 5 and they had a really spirited performance. We really looked off, though. And granted, both sides are killed with injuries. Well, especially more Richmond, but definitely I think a few outs from our point of view. Definitely affected the VFL today. Coming now, a flying shot at goal. He can get response. And he does. Good stuff there from the young draftee. Well, probably should have been dealt with there a little bit better. Just a bit of a dumpy little kick. Instead of out of the 50, it just dropped way too short. Oh, nice goal there from Sam Cumming. Yeah, I mean, that's what 𝐓𝐡𝐞 is accustomed to a little bit. A few panicky kicks here or there. Didn't really need a soccer that one. But there again, that's been a bit of a positive of their game. Their ground level work on the forward 50, they've got to work and been able to get a few goals off it. Hasn't really been their use inside 50, but it's just been, when the ball hits ground level, they've been able to get a few snags off it. So, goal back to Richmond, 25 points the margin. Have to go well, Danny boy, mates. Sydney will be the champion, even though I'm from Russia, support Sydney Swans. Oh, very, very good to hear. Come back, mate. Best team in the league, mate. Nah, I'm only joking. Prestia now. We'll get another inside 50 here, Richmond. So it's another centre clearance, but Tom McCartan mops it up well. Having a really good year. I'd say probably one of our best players last week against Geelong. Even though we conceded a big score, I felt we defended inside 50s against Geelong actually okay, and he mopped up well. Hayes Brown, the big gonk, former basketball, and gets the intercept mark against Ladhams. And they'll get a repeat entry here, Richmond. Can they get a fly inside 50? Not really many marks inside 50. McCartan again. Bit of aerial ping pong in the minute. McCartan out across to Will Edwards. And now he can lure in a man and take a bounce and take the game on a bit. Oh, geez. Well, this is what happens with key defenders. They can be a little bit too adventurous. That's a little bit of a bad turnover there. So, Richmond, what can they manufacture? They shift the hands. Taranto to Cumming. Back to Taranto. Bad fumble there. Hands probably could have been a bit better. And now, off the turnover, 𝐓𝐴 𝐴𝐿. Through the middle of the ground. 𝐵lanky. Some nice run. That's a very ambitious hand pass. A bit of a silly hand pass, really. And that's something that's really been accustomed to a handballing game. When it really isn't on, we still just try and improvise, and it does not come off well at times. And there you go, 𝐵lanky with just a WTF type hand pass. So Richmond now, they go through Steely Green, finding Bolter short. Well, no, Bolter, can he kick a beauty here? Jeez, it's going to start running up from about 70 metres out. Kicks on its way. Not a bad effort, but it's going to fall short, and Ladhams rushes it through. Minor score. 5 goals 3, plays 9 goals 3. 𝐵𝐼𝐶 to bring it back into play. Isabel, have to go well, my friend. Welcome. 𝐵𝐼𝐶's kick in short to Tom McCartan, and we start this handball chain. 𝐓𝐡𝐞 on the handball receive. Takes a bounce and now goes long down the line. This one will drop quite short for Amadi. Lloyd can get on the end of this, and it does. Really good hand pass again. Amadi over the top to 𝐶leary. Just has to hold himself on the tackle. He does well. Really does well. Gives the offloading hand pass. Sheldrick over to 𝐼𝐶. Across. Beautiful hand passing. Hanley. Oh, he's missed. He's had a pretty decent first term as well, Hanley, getting plenty of the ball. Minor score there. That probably would have been our best goal of the day. Really good hand passing in tight. That's a great bit of play from 𝐶leary. Crunch from a big body key defender, but he does well to stand up in the tackle. Get the offloading hand pass out to 𝐶leary. To Hanley, sorry. And yeah, we probably should have scored off it, but unlucky. Corridor kick for the Tigers. It does somewhat work okay, but they've sold themselves into a bit of trouble here. Need to try and work themselves out of it. Hand pass back to Trainer. Now kick towards the wing. Jordan and Banks going at it. Who can win this one? The Tasmanian gets first possession. Jordan tackled well. And he wins on this duel. Hanley now extracts to Heaney. We've got a bit of space again in the corridor. We use the overlapping option to McInerney. Oh, geez, all alone. Inside 50, Adam McLean. A little bit too easy. This is how it's gone a little bit this second term when we've gone forward of centre. Just feels like every time there's plays on their own inside 50. Well, McLean, he kicked 3 goals straight in his first game in the seniors a few weeks ago against North Melbourne. Pretty important play for us. He kicked those goals when we needed them. So let's see if he can kick another goal here. 100th game, of course, today for 𝐷𝐼𝐶. He's been Yeah, a really good find from us at the end of start of this decade. Can he goal here? And he gets a goal in game 100. Get around him. Then he does the double cobra. Loves one of those as well. Oh, good little response here. Oh, geez, he's getting a Fox Footy highlights package. 𝐴𝐷 𝐚𝐭𝐞. How about this? How about that? Back in the day when he was number 41. Yeah, I mean, he has his flaws, but he's been a very good serviceman. Very good 2023 season, of course. Earned himself a contract extension from that. Very underrated elimination final against Carlton, of course. I thought he was brilliant that game. And, yeah, he's somewhat stagnated and now not really in favour at the minute. But, again, we've gone tall today with their team lineups. We've got our main three key forwards plus McLean in today. So, probably just a bit of a reward for form. But there you go. There's the goal for difference. 10-1. Marks inside 50 in our favour. Richmond just a lot of long bombing inside 50. To their credit, they get some goals at ground level, but it's really our quality that are killing them. And again, 𝐴𝐷𝐞. Oh, McLean. I've just hyped him up and the ball's bounced off his chest. Anyway, we have some numbers around this one. 𝐻𝐾𝐿 working hard, extracts it out. 𝐵𝐼𝐶 has to go in. Scoops it to McLean over the top. 𝐿𝐷𝐪, 𝐵𝐼𝐶. Oh, beautiful. Good hands. Peter Adams! Pistol! Get around him. Don't punch someone. Oh, jeez. The big gonks galore are all getting involved. Ah, Peter Adams' goal. How about it, eh? Nothing better. Well, geez, our hand passings look pretty slick. I think it's also been at the expense of some poor pressure from Richmond defending in tight. It's a little bit too easy. We're just a bit of Harlem Globetrotter stuff. The taps, the flicks, the hand passes. We're really starting to outwork them now. Oh. How good is it? Adams on the board. Nothing better. Well, a few goals in a row here. Now the margin has ballooned out. 11 goals, 4, and we're not even halfway through this second term. It's already, we've kicked 70 points. 𝐴𝐷𝐞 now works it forward. Centre clearance our way. Drops it short. 𝐿𝐴𝐷𝐞. 𝐵𝐼𝐶 spin move. Trying to find an option. We've got some options. Look at this. They're all lined up. Now Chad Warner can have a poke for goal. And he could have, but he puts it across the face. What a score. 11 goals, 5. Plays 5 goals, 3. Trainer now. Back to Grill. So 8 out of the last 10 have gone Sydney's way. As now Grill goes long down the line. Got some numbers in the air here. Edwards tries to get his hands on it. Ball hits ground level. 𝐼𝐿𝐴𝐿. Cunningham. Back now to Blakey. Cross to Cunners and now back to McCartan. As we'll look to shift the ball here. Happy Mac is a better Mac. Oh, of course, mate. Nah, I mean, even though we lost against Geelong last week, I was still up and about with that passage of play at the end of the third term. We got back to 14 points. Blakey now inside 50. McLean, oh, could have taken the mark. Does a Charlie Kerner, the 80% mark. Good forward pressure here. That could have been ball. We're going again. Tigers just trying to find an exit. Good smother. Jeez, we look on in the minute. That could be ball. Prestia, no, he got the hands away. Another smother. Jeez, absolutely swarming them here with numbers around the ball. Bees run the honey punt, as Bill Lowry would say. Trainer now. Finally gets a clearing kick. Ball in just outside our forward 50. Well, this is the sort of performance we wanted to see. I know it's against a Richmond side that's really killed with injury at the minute, but look, still early days throughout this game. But this has been a really good quarter and a half now, really starting to flex our muscles. And geez, we're really showing the pressure. As now 𝐴𝐷𝐞 off the advantage, lowers the eyes. 𝐵𝐿𝐴𝐿 could have taken the mark. Ground level, 𝐴𝐷𝐞 gets to work again. Couldn't. Oh, that's ball. 𝐴𝐷𝐞 McLean, really good. Forward pressure's on today. 𝐷𝐿𝐴𝐿 can go back here. Oh, geez, now the Fox Footy bloody coverage is fooking up again. Oh, I want to be able to see if McLean kicks this. No, it's back. Adam McLean. He can kick his second here in game 100. Misses. Oh, he's got it. I'll shut up. Well, we're now starting to really pile on the goals here. 4K coverage has not stopped yet. Oh, jeez. Bloody hell, okay, so I see what it is. I need to bloody pay up for a 4K monitor so I can watch without uninterrupted coverages. Well, there we go. Well, Cox is happy. Really good forward pressure. Geez, that passage of play. Bees around the honeypot. So already a 5-goal quarter, and again, we're not halfway through this second term. I expect the stalemate to probably arrive somewhat soon, and maybe Richmond get a bit of momentum with how usually the footy does go. But we're really on song at the minute. Can't really do much wrong as we now starting to hunt at ground level. Warner back to McLean. Inside 50, Rowbottom hunts well, and he can get on the scoreboard. It's the post. That's unlucky. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about Rowbottom playing more forward. I suppose he was able to shut out Tom Stewart out of the game well last week, but it's sort of robbing Peter to pay Paul at the same time, because he's, at his best, he's such an important presence in the midfield, winning the inside ball, but it just feels like his form's been really stagnating from a ball-winning point of view. Anyways, we now go inside 50. Cunningham's kick could have been a bit better. Oh, a few Richmond players, crash bodies. Hannelly getting really involved this game. Ball in. But it's something that we're not unaccustomed to. Rowbottom, of course, did play more forward in the back half of last year, but yeah, just a bit of food for thought regarding Rowbottom. Don't know how to feel. Warden out, inside 50. Oh, sorry, I should say centering ball. McDonald. Oh, that's just a little bit too easy. The ball just fell into his mitts. Raining goals here. Well, it's refreshing to see. It is. Last month of football hasn't really been fantastic from a four-quarter point of view. Like, we've been able to, throughout patches of games, put away opposition when we need to. But this is a bit refreshing to see. Like, I know, again, this is a Richmond side really under the pump with injury, but we still want to see a performance where we just really feast. You can only beat what's in front of you, and that's exactly what we're doing. So, all of a sudden, the margin is now 51 points. And again, we're not even halfway through the quarter, and we could hit the ton. No, it won't happen. I don't think we'll kick 3 goals in 15 seconds, but, jeez, looking on. Chard getting involved. Heaney's had a big second quarter. McLean as well. He'll get the head out. Heaney with a bit of a scorpion kick. That almost worked. As Richmond now work the hands, coming under the pump. And again, they just can't really find a clean ball. It's a turnover again. Warner, the stiff arm. Well done. But his hands just gets to Cunningham. He now has a bit of pace to break free of Trezise. Flicks it to Hannelly. And now inside 50 we go. McDonald can fly for this one. He's under the pump at ground level. Who is there? Sonzi. Chase is decent from clear, but Steely Green has the toe, and he now attacks the corridor. It's a back kick. Melican in front position. We can reload here. He shifts it out wide. Numbers galore again. 𝐼𝐻𝐿𝐴. He's got Bice to his right if he wishes to go to. And he does. Back to Bice. Very good last week. I thought his best game for the club. Yeah, it was good work. The defence was under the pump all the last week, and he was really composed, I thought. Inside 50, deep to the square. This trickles past a couple, and it's rushed through for a minor score as 𝐓𝐡𝐞 𝐎𝐿 2000. Thanks very much for subscribing, my friend. Minor score. 13-7. Burke, hopefully going well, mate. Welcome. 𝐚𝐬's 5. Yeah, no, kicked his 5th a bit early in this quarter. He's also having a big afternoon so far as Vlosten clears out of the 50. McCartan in a strong spot. He's having a really big sale in this game too. Tommy McCartan in defence. Already, at least 4 intercept marks, I'd say. 9-5 in our favour for the game. Inside 50 we go again. Big spool from Broad. Cleary hunts at ground level. McInerney. Rowbottom. Good little hunt there. McInerney again. Does well to extract it. Cleary running hard. 𝐼𝐻𝐿𝐼. Can he get the kick away? He's spun. Not a full tackle, so play on. Back to 𝐼𝐻𝐻𝐪 on his left foot. It's going to drop short, and it falls to 𝐼𝐻𝐿𝐼. Jeez, it's too easy. 𝐼𝐻𝐿𝐼 around the corner. He's got 6. We've got 91 points with 8:35 to play in this second term. Wow. But yeah, we're looking really alert. Just feels constantly Richmond are just lagging behind us when there's a ball to be won. Yeah, I mean, that's some numbers to mop up there, the Tigers. But again, just that inside hand pass, bad hand pass. That's been probably one of their biggest negatives this afternoon. They've been able to win the ball at the source, but the hands just haven't been great, and we've really feasted on it. And we've been way more slicker with our hand passing game. Coming around the corner, girls. He's got 6. He's got 6. Feasting on an injured Richmond side. Oh, who cares? He's got 6 goals. I'll drink to that. Jeez, 91 points and 8:33. This is... Whew. I think we're probably going to be hitting the ton at half-time as 𝐼𝐻𝐿𝐼 now gives it down to 𝐼𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻. He's having a good half too, 𝐼𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻. 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻 inside 50 to the pocket. 𝐾𝐬 almost again against Miller. He holds his ground okay as Richmond now loop the hands under the pump here over the top. Jayden Short out across. Coming, I think that is, just slams it on the shoe towards the wing. 𝐵𝐿𝐼, that's a good win on the wing against 𝐶𝐬. Bit of a mismatch. He's got an option on the wing. And he'll hit it over the top. Just gets there to Jayden Short. Actually having a pretty good individual season, Jayden Short, getting plenty of the ball. And Short now loads up inside 50. Who can fly here? Something at the back here, maybe. Seth Campbell's a chance. Toe poke. Won't make the distance as 𝐼𝐻𝐿𝐼, the debutant, carried over the line. Well, I know it's against a hindered Richmond side, but we do have, to be fair, up to a third of our best 23 out, and it has probably been a bit of a negative this last 2 seasons or so. You know, the depth has been a big question, so it's good to see a few players having some good halves. Michael Adams and McLean. Adams now clearing kick. Sarong. That's a good mark. That's what I've loved about him this season. He's been able to win some important marks for us at times. Lloyd down to the pump. Probably didn't need to probably didn't need to rush himself too much. Holding the ball though. Good tackle from 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻 as he quickly plays on now and goes to the wing. Sarong works hard to provide an option. Yes, now that's a bit of a risk kick in on the corridor full, so that's some sort of a fly. Now Richmond can make us pay at the back. Does it work here for 𝐵𝐿𝐼? Yes, it does. Gets the grab. Well, just didn't need to do it, to be honest. I suppose when you're high flying, you probably hit off kicks when you probably shouldn't. So 𝐵𝐿𝐼 getting a response here for Richmond after an answer from us. Yeah, no, he's having a good quarter, Adams. Classy guy, absolute beauty. Snap around the corner. Well, Tigers' chance to make us pay here after a bit of a ordinary turnover in the corridor. 𝐵𝐿𝐼 slots it through. And Richmond, after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 unanswered goals, get a response. Well, he's actually been one of our more reliable boys this year. 𝐿𝐼 Sarong always does the little things well, but probably didn't need to do that. I suppose you can give him a mulligan.
He knew as soon as he kicked that, 𝐿𝐼 Sarong, not the right option, too aggressive. It's a lot easier to transition the ball from the front half. Become really difficult from the back half.
So yeah, after 5 in a row, Richmond get a goal back. 𝐿𝐼 now. That's going to be holding the ball. Wasn't able to extract it. Now they can quickly go here, the Tigs. Prestia lowers the eyes inside 50. That's not a great kick. McCart mops up well. Hands could have been a bit better. Kyle did well. Extracts it out to Cunners. As this one's going to be last disposal free. Wasn't really a good kick out of the defence from Harry Cunningham. Well, now to Tyler 𝐸𝐶𝐸. Kicks to the pocket. Looks pretty good. Finds Taranto. Well, he's a pretty underrated goalkeeper, I'd say, Taranto. He can find the goals well, so this is definitely within his repertoire, I think. Last time I was at the SCG, 22 prelim, mate. Absolute beauty. I'm not from Sydney, so... Yeah, that was... You can watch the vlog. It's still on the channel. Taranto around the corner. Well, yeah, non-preferred snaps. Hit and miss. That's across the face. 𝐓𝐴 brings it to ground. Hayes Brown, the big boy. I think he's got it. Oh, get around him. We've got Peter Adams kicking goals now. The other big gonk of Hayes Brown kicking beauty too. Is that his first? It's probably his first. I'd assume so. Oh, there we go. Ruckman's getting on the board. 2 in a row for the Tigers. Well, probably should have done a little bit better to kill that. I mean, just another high floater, really. Should have really punched that. Should have been able to punch that through for a minor score. Unable to. Well, 5.5 minutes to go. 2 in a row from the Tigs. And Adams now out of the ruck. Having a big quarter again, McDonald hunts it well, and he'll get the kick forward here. He does okay. This one drops short for 𝐴𝐸𝐸. Bounce doesn't really favour him. We've got some numbers around there. 𝐼𝐗𝐿𝐴 Charlie around the corner for number 7. He's put across the face. Minor score it is. Out of the 50 now, the Tigers go. In the air, Blakey unable to hold on to the mark. 𝐼𝐿𝐴 works hard. Good hand pass at ground level. Now Blakey trying to explore the corridor. Chad in a bit of space. Oh, that was clever. Now Chad goes bang. It's going to be an eyeball up. 𝐼𝐿𝐴 under the... Yep, that's going to be part of mark. Well done. Almost crashed into 𝐼𝐿𝐴 there. Bit of friendly fire, but he does well. 𝐼𝐿𝐴 now for the switch. That's just going to get there, but 𝐸𝐴... Yeah, I mean, there's not really much Jordan can do there. I mean, he's sort of just got to hold his ground and compete for the mark, but... Yeah, I mean, tunnel, that's fair enough. Block, call, whatever you... Take your pick. So 𝐸𝐴's free. Some people say it's terrible. I mean, watching the SCG on TV is probably not great because of the low camera angles, but it's a really good venue to watch sport, I think. Adams again. He's been able to grab a few balls in congestion out of the ruck as he gets another kick here. This one will drop short nicely for 𝐼𝐿𝐴, and he can now go bang from outside 50. He's going to go for girls. No, I didn't see the... Oh, no, it's a free for 𝐴𝐸𝐸. I didn't see the 𝐴𝐸𝐸 contest, so obviously with the camera angle. I thought he was going for goals there. Well, it's a free to 𝐼𝐿𝐴. We'll have to see what it is, but he's looking like he's going to snag a goal here, 𝐴𝐸𝐸. So after 2 in a row from Richmond, 𝐴𝐸𝐸 can get a goal back for us. And with 3:35 to play, we're 3 points off the ton. Wow. Watching on 𝐴𝐿𝐴's suffer, so I don't know. Usually 𝐴𝐿𝐴's a little bit behind than 𝐴𝐿𝐴 apparently, so. Monco, 4K feed with Ethan. Yeah, I've got an Ethan as well. Ethan at 𝐴𝐿𝐴 still gets crushes and stuff, so epic. 𝐿𝐴 good intercept mark. So again, Richmond out of centre bounce have been okay. The 𝐼𝐶 on 50 been a real letdown from this afternoon.
so far as Sheldrick now shifts his kick towards the McDonald direction. Well defended from Broad as now the Tigers can go back the other way and they shift the kick towards the wing to find Seth Campbell. More midfield time for him the last few weeks. The boy from Tassie, you'd think the Tassie Devils will be trying to poach him as he now goes with a pretty shallow entry. Doesn't even make the 50 as McCartan was infringed. Having a good half, Tommy McCartan. Cross now to 𝐼𝐴𝐿𝐼𝐴. Drops the kick short to 𝐼𝐿𝐼. And this is where he's shown some signs in VFL. Really likes a bit of a running carry, and he does well. He shifts the hands across to Bice. Not much on forward, so he goes back in board. Oh, geez. Well, anybody can get the ball. It's a bit of a bad turnover there. 𝐼𝐴𝐿𝐼 unable to tackle, force it there. Nice little stiff arm as Richmond work the hands, and now the kick inside 50. Can they find a mark? 𝐼𝐿𝐼. I mean, just what on earth is that kind of kick? Taranto does well against McCartan, and he's taken on a tackler here, but he's going to be saved by the boundary here, Prestia. Throw it in. Nah, just got a 1080p monitor. Suffer, mate. Yeah, no, that's definitely fair enough, Andrew. Yeah, like the away fin, you can see there, Richmond don't even get the behind the goals. And yeah, like when Dad and I used to go up to Sydney to watch games of the SCG, it was like it was like some institute. It was like a technology institute or some university. We'd park there because I don't know. I think my dad knew some contacts, so we got free parking there. So we parked there and we walked like 30 to 45 minutes to SCG. That was the parking we did when we went up to Sydney. So save some money, I suppose. Yeah, I mean the parking obviously. Not really great near the SCG. Harry Carl's going to win the free. So a minute 44 to go here. I don't really have the desire to suffer. Gone to some in the past though. Still remember, geez, Rowbottom's kick a little bit hit and miss. Still remember, I think it was 2011. It was the Giants versus the Suns. And I was one of the little Oz kickers going out playing at half time. How good. We recorded on Foxtel when we watched it back. We were trying to find us in the halftime vision, and there I was chasing the ball. How good. They can go back here. Auger, well, geez, with some of the goals he's been pulling out, he could probably kick this. You know, I mean, as I reiterate, before he kicked that wobbly old goal from the boundaries, he's been one that's really been rated by Richmond supporters in the VFL. Now starting to get some consistent game time after being injured, as he'll just set this one up to the goal square. The foul works hard. 𝐼𝐴𝐿𝐼. Ball spills in his favour, and he clears out of the 50. 𝐼𝐴𝐿𝐼 almost overruns it. Yes, in fact, he does overrun it, but he works hard to still win back possession. The hands could have been a little bit better, though. Now the Tigers back the other way. Seth Campbell can have a bit of a gallop and go for goal from outside 50. Not a bad effort. What a score. Well, 28 seconds. Let's see if we can maybe get a goal from a kick in here. 8 goals, 4 to 3 goals 3. So we've really blown this game open. 𝐼𝐴𝐿𝐼 now short to 𝐼𝐴𝐿𝐼. Now out of the 50 we do go. Cleary. Well, it looked like we were sure we were going to be hitting the ton before half time, but yeah, sort of as expected. You have a bit of a stalemate and the Oppo gets a bit of momentum back their way. And they've done well, Richmond, to somewhat recover and get a few goals back. Get a bit of a response around the ball and a bit of field position off it. As they'll get one last look here inside 50. Oh, that could have been a free. I think it will be. Yeah, I'm really serious. That's against Edwards. That's a fair free. Edwards just didn't need to do that. So on the siren. You can have a shot at goal here, Richmond. It's going to be young Fawcett. Suppose it is Suffer. Oh, Liam Fawcett, can he kick a beauty here? It's played on. Fawcett, no. You see, I think he was just pressured there not to go off his line, so because of that, he absolutely hit an absolute mare, and it goes out in the full. Well, wow, what a second quarter by us. It's, yeah, that doesn't really feel like much surprise, really. The offensive prowess of this team was able to really flex its muscles and boot 8 goals in the quarter, and we're on 97 points at half-time. So, yeah, the usual strengths, I feel, coming to the fore that quarter. Clean and tight. Our running power absolutely blitzed the Tigers. Were able to get some goals from the back half. Dangerous from going inside through. Some of the forward pressure is really good that quarter too. Even a few of the smalls like Hanley, I thought had a pretty good quarter. Laddams, massive term I thought from him. Getting the ball out of the ruck, a few headouts to advantage here and there. He's on 15 disposals with a goal to his name. Chad had a pretty effective quarter too. Yeah, just quite simply a fantastic quarter from us. After, yeah, a bit of a slow start, I suppose, in the first half of that first quarter. Inside 50s plus 10 to our favour. Clearances plus 3. Contested ball pretty even, but I think it's just been the outside game where we've really carved up the Tigers. They've really struggled to go with us, with our pace. They're far too often when we're able to work their hands. There'll just be options all alone in the middle, in the corridor or inside 50. So, yeah, no, their team defence has really struggled. And they've looked a bit sloppy at their disposal at times. But the last 10 minutes were somewhat a little bit better from them. We're able to at least stem the flow of our goals. Marks inside 50 though, big difference, 11-3 in our favour. 15 goals, 7 goals, 4. So it's nice to see we're kicking pretty accurate. Swans doing the job, Richmond, and not playing that badly for a young team. Yeah, and again, like so many on their injury list, so it's definitely showing the quality. They've been competitive here or there, but yeah, just really the skills, and they haven't really been able to go with us. Simple as that. Look, 46 points. 46 points and a half from Richmond is not bad. I mean, that's on track for almost 100 points. So, yeah, we'll see how they go in the second half. But yeah, pretty happy with that half of footy. Can't go wrong with that. 15 goal half. But yeah, 𝐚𝐿 6 goals, massive game he's having here. I mean, he's feasting on a weak Richmond backline. That's safe to be said. But yeah, should up his confidence. And look, even I thought last week it was pretty good. Like, it's a hard game against that Cats defence. They defended pretty well. But he's able to do some nice things, some contested marks up the ground, and he's feasting today with 6. And I think this is probably one of the positives this season. It feels like we're getting quite a bit of output from our key forwards this year. Like McLean's on 2, McDonald's on 2, Marty's yet to goal, but even Laddams, the big fella's got a goal. Eddie having a very good half of footy though. He's also been electric too, 20 on disposals, really getting to work in the middle. And yeah, up forward, he's been a big presence with 20 on disposals, 6 tackles and 2 goals. Disposal leader is Heaney, also with 21. And yeah, Chad's having a pretty good half of football. 3 clearances to his name. Laddams with 6. Yeah, he's been a clearance beast. Also in the VFL. That's yeah, definitely been one of his positives in there. And yes, in the AFL, 6 clearances. Very nice. Hopper with 4. Heaney with 4 as well. Hit outs 16-7 in favour of Laddams. Intercept possessions, 5 for 𝐼𝐿𝐼𝐿. A bit of a better quarter, I thought, from 𝐼𝐿𝐼𝐿. He was a little bit shaky early on, but he's held his ground well. And 𝐼𝐿𝐼𝐿, yeah, he's been fantastic so far. A lot of intercept marks for him already. Yeah, very important play for us this season, no doubt. McInerney having an okay half, I suppose. Nothing crazy. 5 score involvements. He's just also been a pretty solid contributor. Yeah, I mean, that's probably one of the biggest things. It doesn't really feel like we've got too many passengers in this game so far. I mean, Sheldrick's been getting busy. He's got 12 disposals, 10 of them hand passes. He's done some things in tight nicely. And that's same with Cleary too. I've liked some of his hand passes in the first half. Especially that one where he was absolutely crunched by, I think, Ben Miller. But he's still able to get the hands up and, still release an effective hand pass. McLean 2 goals. Melikins held his ground well. McDonald, getting up the ground and getting a few possessions, which is nice to see. I think he's been really effective and damaging. We talked about McCartan. I'd say Edwards has had a bit of a quiet half though. He hasn't really been able to get involved. So I don't know what happens if he has another quiet second half. Could he be on the outer? It feels like that could be the case. Rampy inevitably to return. So we'll see what happens there. But it feels like Edwards is a player we want to keep on blooding. Do you watch? Have I gone to the MCG that much? Oh yeah, I mean I've gone there a few times. So I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know if you've misinterpreted that. Do much to the SCG? Do I go there? Not really much. But yeah, Sydney only play there like 2 to 3 times a year. That's usually the non-MCG tenant teams. They usually get about 2 games or 3 games there a year. But we get a few more with finals footy. I'm joking. Swans high score versus Tigers 198. Maybe we can overtake that. Yeah, I'll see what happens. I mean it's weird. Like it sort of doesn't feel like at times we've really gone out of second gear, but the offensive powers of this side is pretty bloody good when the game's on our terms. But at the same time, it's sort of what we expect, really. Like this is a good team, and we're expected to put away sides like Richmond, especially with the injuries they've got. Plenty of positives, and it's nice to see a few of the outer players having some contributive performances as well. I'm liking some things from Cleary. Hanley's got 12 disposals. Like he's also getting pretty adventurous, and feels like he's showing some presence around the ball in the forward 50, getting involved. And Blakey, the usual suspects, of course, having big performances too. And again, I said earlier in the quarter, like we're without up to a third of our best 23, not in the team. So this isn't like a fully fit, sharp best 23 out there. Like we're missing Papley, missing Roses, obviously still without Errol Goulden. Matty Roberts would love to have. Rampy's been a pretty influential player for us in some performances this year. So I mean that's nice to see. We're having a good performance with quite a few out. Just going to take a quick Liz, lads. Can't complain with that. 97 points and a half, a 40-year beauty. We'll do a footy grid. We'll quickly just see what the footy grid is for today. Richmond, Sydney. There you go. Fair enough, given that we are playing now. I'll be back in a quick sec. Right, back, gents. Just join us half time. Sydney up by quite a bit of a margin. Massive second quarter. 8 goals in the term. Number of contributive players in the half, of course. And, as always, we'll do the half-time footy grid. Bit chilly today. Usually would wear a jumper, but can't be bothered. Brad, hopefully going well, my friends. Umpire was helping... I mean, umps this, umps that, you know. I think the umpiring's been okay. The thing was as well, Dark Horse, we beat Freo twice last year. We seem to play good footy against them, so it's going to be a massive test over in Perth later this year when we do play them. But no matter the form, we seem to match up well against them, so... But still got quite a bit of a footy ahead of us. And I mean, it would be handy for Brisbane to get up, Dark Horse. I suppose we restore our spot in the top, on top of the table. But to be fair, with Carlton winning last night, that's, I guess, handy from our point of view because it does create a bit of a gap in the top two. But the bottom line is I don't really look into it too much because if we're good enough, we'll make top two, especially with the start of the season we've had with no Gouldens. So, yeah, I don't really look into it a whole heap. You know, if we play good footy, we'll make at least top four, and that should be the goal if we really want to contend for a premiership. But look, can't complain without half the footy. Just got a few cheese and crackers here. So, Richmond and Sydney themed footy grid. Let's attack into this. The footy grid last week, I think, was decent. We got a unique, and actually, from memory, maybe we stuffed it up. I can't quite remember. But yeah, we've got premiership play here, finals plays for multiple clubs, and 3+ grand finals. So premiership play for Richmond. I feel like Townsend would be sort of... I don't know why Townsend just feels like the first one that's come to mind. Sort of an obscure player. Let's go Ashbury. I feel like it could be a bit of a forgotten one. 2%. Not bad, I suppose. All right, Sydney premiership player. Go Paul Bevan. 1%. 3+ grand finals. And a premiership player. 𝐓𝐡𝐞 𝐎𝐥𝐝 0.3. Not bad. Richmond, 𝗼𝐵𝐴𝐴𝐵𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐵𝐴𝐵𝐴𝐵𝐴𝐵𝐴𝐵𝐴𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵 𝐓𝐡𝐞 𝐎𝐥𝐝, my man. 2%. Oh, I thought he'd be lower than that. Sydney and 𝐼𝐴 𝐼𝐴 teammate. We'll go with James Rose. 1%. Looks like, just a bit of coverage on the other game, the Fremantle-Brisbane matchup. A few Freo players warming up, so that should be a beauty. Keen to see that one. 3+ grand finals and 𝐼𝐴 𝐼𝐴's teammate. We'll go with... I think... Yeah, we'll go Nick Smith. 1%. It's not bad. Bit of a forgotten player, Nick Smith. Richmond finals player for multiple clubs. So played in a finals game for 2 or more clubs. Trying to think, did Soldo play a finals game for Port? I don't think he did. I don't think he would have. Finals play for multiple clubs. Richmond player. Oh yeah, Barry Hall could be a decent one for Sydney. Let's think of one for Sydney. Maybe would have Paul Williams. Let's go. Jason Ball. I don't know if he played a finals game for West Coast. I'm assuming he did. He did, 2%. I thought he'd be a bit lower than 2%. All right, 3+ grand finals and a finals play for multiple clubs. Geez, 3's quite a bit. Would have Paul Chapman played a finals game for Essendon? I'm assuming yes. Yeah, 1%. He would have played some for Essendon. There you go. All right, finals play for multiple clubs. Richmond. Now, we don't want to stuff it up here, so I think we might go with something safe. Finals play multiple clubs for Richmond. Yeah, Lynch would be... Well, Lynch would have played a final for Gold Coast, so that's the thing. So finals play for multiple clubs. Taranto, Hopper. No, I don't think they played in the final for Richmond. No, that's right. They came at the end of 2022. Trying to think, like, even when Richmond made finals like 10 years ago, who could be players that have played in that final, would have played a final for other teams? I can't quite think of one at the minute. Absolutely stumped on this one. Richmond player, finals player for multiple clubs. Not really too good on the Tigers ones, so because I'm trying to think, like, all the star Richmond players, you know, they haven't really played for other clubs. No, I don't think but they don't play for Greg Deer. I've never heard of Greg Deer. I'll just take your word for it. Oh, very nice. Thank you very much, Taz. It's good to see. Sometimes there'll be people that will chip in and might give a wrong guess, but appreciate that, mate. Cool. Never heard of Greg Deer before, obviously, a bit before my time. Not a bad grid, though. Would have liked a unique. But, hey, it's always good with a Sydney-themed one. We're able to get a few obscure ones there. All right, well, back to the game. Just perfect timing, really. Just we farted around with that quiz a little bit too long. Usually when we finish, we've got about another 5 minutes. But anyways... Underway for the second half. Oh, let's just hope we keep on powering, eh? You know, this is a side that's vulnerable at the minute. We just want to keep on feasting, and nothing wrong with a percentage booster, perhaps. But I think the main thing is we don't want to get any injuries in this game. That would be handy too. But be careful what you wish for. And anyways, we're back in the middle here. As we get the centre clearance and Cleary, no fuss, just hacks it forward. Kern on a good spot again. He's going to be... Oh, no, sorry. I thought he was caught high. Good hands. Lloyd, row bottom bursting through, and Marty flicks the hands, and it's going to be rushed through for a minor score. Yeah, Marty, I mean, we've been saying that the key forwards are getting some pretty good output this year, but Marty's been a bit of the odd one out with only, oh, geez, bad turnover there. That should be kicking in danger. Thought that was there. Vlosten, bit of a missed kick there. Now Richmond coming under the pump. Good little composure to hold up. Not a great kick through the corridor, but it's going to be downfield free against Steely Green. Back now to Jaden Short. And now Richmond can go inside 50 here. It's a decent looking kick by McCartan. Well defended. Strong at ground level. Tricky one. 𝐼𝐿𝐼𝐿 mops up well. Probably didn't need to get rid of the hand pass. But anyway, 𝐼𝐿𝐼𝐿 now tackled. Umpire's ball. Bolter out of the ruck. That was well done against Laddams. Lafau, no look hand pass. Ross crushing through. Oh, they've done well here, Richmond. He can have a flying shot at goal. Ross. Oh, but he's missed. So a bit of a let-off there. It was a little bit too easy from our point of view. Part of the season, as Dwayne Russell would say. 𝐵𝐼𝐶. Not a great kick in. Didn't have the purchase for 𝐼𝐿𝐼𝐿, but fortunately it was dropped from 𝐸𝐿𝐺. Now Chad bursting through the middle of the ground. He's got Jordan as an option. We've got options. Got Law here. Look at this. They're all lining up. Cleary. Rowbottom's an option. 𝐼𝐿𝐼𝐿, he'll have a flying shot at goal for the first of the second half. 𝐼𝐿𝐼𝐿. This is unlucky. I mean, you don't really blame him there, having a shot at goal, nothing in front of you, so have a crack, but sounded like, according to Jordan Lewis, there was a few options inside 50 at the same time, so. Hey, we're undefeated there, CG. That is one thing to remember this year, so could we go undefeated at home this season? That would be pretty impressive. McCartan, good mark. And corridor is on here. We've got some options back in the corridor of 𝐵𝐼𝐶, now back to 𝐼𝐿𝐼𝐿. 5 intercept marks for McCartan. Inside 50 or McLean. Bit of a mismatch there, Trainer. But it was a beautiful kick inside 50 though. It wasn't really just a high bomb. It was a kick directed to him really nicely. Inside 50 in the pocket. Well, 𝐷𝐸𝐿𝐼𝐿 can well hit the ton. Hopefully at the bare minimum. That would be, I suppose, an easy sight on the eye. So for his third goal, Hayden McLean, he's been hitting them well. Been hitting them really well. Been deadly from the set shots at senior level. I don't think he's missed. And we hit the ton. Just inside the third quarter. So as we said earlier, of course, game 100 for McLean. Been a good battler for us. SSP pickup, I think, 2019, and burst on the scene a bit in 2021. Number 41 where he used to be. And yeah, 3 goals this afternoon, so he's having a good outing. And I think he's been unlucky not to get more game time. Now, I think it's just really been at the expense of our key forwards this year. Marty's been good. 𝐼𝐿𝐼𝐿 and McDonald, you obviously can't drop as well. So getting a good return from the key forwards. We've got, I think, 1 or 2 from McDonald. We've got 1 from McDonald. McLean 3 and 𝐼𝐿𝐼𝐿 6. 10 goals, 2 from set shots, so we've been kicking well. Heaney now sort of overruns the ball, so he just really sockers it forward and gets something forward for us. Jake Lloyd at ground level. Hunt's in okay. Flicks a bit of a nothing hand pass. Ball in dispute here. Jaden Short mops up okay. Whacks it back the other way here for the Tigs. Not really the greatest kick. 𝐼𝐿𝐼𝐿. Oh, geez, bumped there. Well from Lafau. He'll be wearing that one tomorrow. And now they work the hands forward here. Richmond. Inside 50 they go. Roberts-Thompson. Not a great kick. As young Will Edwards mops up well. As he now pokes his kick towards the wing. Lloyd against Banks. Good ball from Lloyd. Directional to Jordan. We have the outnumber. Flicks the hands to Lloyd. Back over the top to 𝐵𝐼𝐶. And he provides some good run here, 𝐵𝐼𝐶. Not really much to go to, so he's just going to kick it to a contest to Marty. Good contest. He's been quiet this afternoon. Takes a nice mark against Trainer. Inside 50 now, Joel. Bit of a muddy old ball. It's not a good kick. Broad picks it off well. Broad now, back across to Jaden Short and across to Vlossen. Good game from, offensively especially. Graz, it's really showing our powers in this game this afternoon. Plenty of good transition play and running power from us. Cleary. Jeez, what's with these late hits? We've been seeing it from both teams. There's been a few of these. He might bury mate. He kicked a couple against the Giants, of course, in his first game of the season. Anyway, Noah Roberts-Thompson. It's the kick short. That will work. Jasper Auger showing some good signs here for Richmond. Probably one of their better players. As he now goes inside 50 here. Oh, the foul really flew up there. Unable to take the mark. Bit of a fumble from 𝐼𝐻𝐿. Flicks it back to Jordan. Across now to 𝐼𝐿 on his left shoe. Short, defended that okay. Ball in centre wing. Got him a multi. Yeah, no, he might do. Who knows, mate? Like, you know, just flip a coin that he might get one in junk time or something. Who knows? Oh, geez, that's not good vision, 𝐼𝐿𝐿. He's had MCL and knee problems in the past, and this is just what's killed his season. He feels like he's been unable to really put together full seasons with these injuries, so hopefully he's okay. And Chad now, how about this, the leg drive, bursting out of the middle from the stoppage. He goes inside 50 towards the pocket. Not the greatest kick, but 𝐼𝐿𝐿 can hunt after this one. Bad little fumble there from trainer, 𝐼𝐿𝐼. Still has the ball. No one's going to even tackle him. Centering kick now for Chad or 𝐸Lean. No one can take the mark. Rowbottom hunting well. Bit of a fumble in advantage of 𝐿𝐷𝐪. The ball goes past him. 𝐼𝐿𝐼 goes in again. 𝐸𝐿𝐿 in there too. Flick back from 𝐸Loston. Now to trainer. And that's going to be holding the ball. Richmond just couldn't find the exit there. And that's been one of their biggest issues all afternoon. Good forward pressure there from 𝐼𝐿𝐼. And he can go back here. Wasn't happy with Grundy being rested. Got the bloke. Yeah, really unfortunate, eh? But to be fair, it's been floated early in the season that it's probably going to happen that we will rest Grundy, and not really surprised, to be honest. I mean, I started him in fantasy this year. I don't have him in Supercoach, so it's probably been handy for my team this week because he probably would have feasted on Hayes Brown, and Adams is having a big game. So, yeah, I mean, I just feel like every time you pay up for a player in Supercoach at a high price, it just never really seems to work at times. 𝐼𝐿𝐼 for his first. He's got it. Well, all the key forwards are now got a goal, as we've got another goal here. Jeez, that set shot goal kicking has been bloody nice. This set shot goal kicking would be handy in a very important game. �絵𝐿𝐼 loves it. Good tackle from 𝐼𝐿𝐼. 111 points to 47. So 11 to 4 tackles inside 50. Good number. Chad now hunts. Does well. Hand pass. Could have been a little bit better. Probably shouldn't have hand passed that one. Rowbottom in this centre bounce. Cleary, bit of a paddle ball forward. Lloyd, a decent tackle. Strong. Almost there. Geez, good tackling pressure. That could be holding the ball. Yeah, it is. It's nice to see the pressure up and about in this game, and it's going to be 𝐼𝐿. That's his free. So he's been playing, a little bit of defence, a little bit on the wing, young Harry 𝐼𝐿, as he now shifts the hands to Cunners in defence today. Inside 50. Who can fly? 𝐸Lean. Oh, geez, he copped a nice one. Who was that? Trainer. I think it was. Bit of a hack kick there from Grill. Will be coming back. 𝐸𝐿 now. Just hacks a kick back the other way. 𝐸Lean slap forward to the mouth of the goals. Rush through for a minor score. Yeah, no, it's true to be fair, Aussie, but a few are injured, to be fair as well. But you can't complain with this. Big margin. It's an injured Richmond side, 𝐼𝐿𝐼, but it's going to find a way to bank wins. That's always important. 𝐸Loston long down the line. 𝐸Lican sort of pushed out of the drop zone, but he does okay. We've got some good support here. McCann back to 𝐼𝐿𝐼. Does well. Good composure there from the Lizard. Now to 𝐼𝐻𝐿𝐼. Across now to Jordan. And now to 𝐿𝐷𝐪. What can he manufacture? Drops the kick inside 50. Not really advantageous to 𝐼𝐿𝐼. But let's see what we can do. Oh, a bit of a fumble there from Millen, but recovers okay. But he puts Swans under the pump with that hand pass. Again, really good frontal pressure from us. Chad now off the turnover. Quick kick inside 50, but clean. Oh, manhandled. I tell you, Trainer. Oh, I feel for Trainer. Like he is just getting absolutely manhandled this afternoon. It feels like every time, every contest, he's just getting pushed apart way too easily. Needs some more time in the gym, trainer. I thought it might have been a front-on push there, but it was sort of a bit of an angle at the same time. So McLean, though, too strong. McLean for his 4th and game 100 slots it through. Well done. Yeah, geez. Got to feel for Trainer there a bit. Absolutely shoved apart there a little bit too easily. Well, it's going to be interesting. Do we go 4 key forwards next week? He's going to be hard to drop. But that's interesting. Like those can be front-on contacts, but I don't think it was a clear front-on push. It was sort of a bit of an angled one. So I suppose fair enough. And when the umpire had a clear view at it, so well, career high 4 goals for McLean. Let's see if he can break that today. 18 goals, 10 plays, 7 goals, 5. Ladham's in the ruck, crushing through his Chad. Sheldrick over the ball. Extracts it nicely, but their hands could have been okay for Chad, but we've got Cleary pushing up to provide some support, and now we flick the hands to Ladham's. Could have been legged. Cleary slams it now inside 50. Getting plenty of touch this game, Cleary, and that's better from Trainer. He's been getting ragdoll a bit this afternoon, but he takes a nice intercept mark. Now they clear. They've got some support in the air here with Vlosten, unable to take the mark. Sheldrick getting busy. Extracts the hands out only as far as Hopper. And across now here to, I think that was Steely Green. Yes, it was. And that's going to be last disposal free our way. So now back across to Tommy McCartan. Strong now inboard here to Wicks, to Tom McCartan. Jeez. Options galore here with this hand passing game, giving us plenty of space here, the Tigers. Inside 50 now, McDonald from behind, does well, Hanley at ground level, feel like he deserves a goal. Does well, extracts out here to Cleary. Good little evasion there. He's going to go for another check side here, Cleary. Not a bad effort to the top of the square. And Kono's marked. Chance for 7 for Charlie. Now, I'm liking Cleary's game. He's getting involved, which is great to see. Well, Charles, he can snag another here. And he does. Well, could he hit double figures? We're now in a genuine conversation where that could be the case. 124 points we have kicked, and just on the stroke of halfway through this third quarter, where are we? But yeah, Hanley involved again, which is nice to see. We were talking about him earlier this game. Thought he had a pretty decent first half of footy. And Cleary will happily take that goal assist. I felt he was probably trying a shot on goal there, given the check side.
So the Cleary shot from the boundary line, what do you think? On that occasion there, yeah, I don't mind it. If you're Dean Cox, I don't mind that. Yeah, I don't mind that. Every now and then, because he doesn't do it all the time. And I'm a big fan of having flair at the top of the line.
Well, ball back in the middle here. Sheldrick getting busy again. That's a nice sleeping hand pass to Chad. Out the middle he goes. Too easy. McDonald on the lead. Yeah, geez, Richmond's, especially key defenders, getting absolutely burnt today. I mean, Broad, Miller. You know, Vlosten's been okay with some intercept moments. You know, Trainer as well is getting killed too. But a bit harsh to single them out. It's been a bit of a bad collective effort from the Tigers. Getting utterly outplayed here. Granted, This is where we reference back to the outs they do have. Logan McDonald, he can go and snag this one through, but it's a bad kick across the face. Usually better than that with the set shots, but quite a bit of a distance to be fair. 15 to 3 marks inside 50 again. That's to show a bit of a golfing class in this game. Short with a kick in across to Bolter. 23 to 9 4.5 intercepts. So the pressure game's been really good from us today. As now Richmond work it on the wing. Bit of a methodical build up here. Hopper goes short to Cumming. Decent first half. The young draftee from last year. He's going to go with a big kick now towards half forward. Good spoil from 𝐼𝐿𝐴𝐿. So it looks like 𝐕OSTON swung forward. So that's a bit of a positional switch. As the game's now wearing on. �絵𝐥𝐿 on the phone. Come on, Richmond, you can make go. We'll see what happens, Zach, mate. You can only hope, I suppose. They are goals in this team, Richmond, so they wouldn't mind a goal maybe from this stoppage, but again, it's a bad hand pass, turnover. Too many skill errors for Richmond today. They would be unhappy with that. And there's a skill error from us, turnover. Green now back to Ross, having a good productive game. Drop mark there from Prestia, and the ball fumbled over for another ball in. So another ball in here. Good attack on the footy there. Was that 𝐸𝐶𝐵 or 𝐸𝐴𝐻𝐿? Yeah, minus goal. 7 goals, 6, 48, 19 goals, 11, 125. Tommy McCartan. Kick now looking like it's going to be towards the wing. It's going to cut a little bit more inboard. Oh, geez, 𝐻𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿 could have went up for an easy intercept mark. Didn't choose to go. 𝐼𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿. Heaney at ground level. Well done to 𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴. Back across now to 𝐵𝐼𝐿𝐴. And 𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿 under the pump here. Sold himself in a bit of trouble with that hand pass. 𝐸𝐿𝐴𝐿 able to break free of the tackle. And now will jag his kick towards half forward. Unable to be marked from 𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴. And he's going to be pinned to free here for an arm chop against 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐿. Sri Lanka, a great win in the VFL. Yeah, they're a very good VFL side this year. They pipped us last week by 2 or 3 odd goals too. 𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴 now inside 50. High kick. Can they get a mark here, Richmond? But it's been unambitious. A lot of this inside 50 entries for Richmond. Hayes Brown out mark there from Tom McCartan, who has another intercept mark. Tommy Mack. Robot, and that's a really good kick to the wing. We'll find McDonald. The back half transition been a big positive out of our game today as we look to continue to run here. Strong good smother though from Prestia, but we've got the outnumber. McDonald, can he get this scramble? Yes, he can. 𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿 been handball happy this afternoon. Sarong under the pump, and good pressure there from Richmond to win the ball back. In the corridor, oh, Hayes Brown, how will he go here? He's crunched. The big gonk. Good gather from 𝐿𝐴𝐿𝐴. Across now to Hopper. He can hit a target here inside 50. Unable to be marked from Taranto. Swung forward. Tap now into space here for Steely Green. Can he kick a beauty from the pocket? He's going to centre the ball. 𝐕OSTON has the height. And it's going to be an arm chop free against 𝐼𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿. So looking like this will finally be Richmond's first goal of the third term. Swung forward this quarter. 𝐕OSTON. No, well, kicks like the defender. Yikes. Well, the snaps can be tricky sometimes. You just hit them too short or too big. 𝐼𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿 now clearing out of the 50 from the kick in. Spall comes from Trainer, hunting at ground level. Cleary getting busy. Grill to Ross. Good tackle there from Lloyd. McDonald wearing a tackle. Does well to extract it out. Play on. And now Cleary finds a bit of space. How's the kick? Well, that's been a bit of a blind of his game. He's kicking that. Yeah, plenty of time there and makes an error of it. Now, Richmond will shift the ball here. 𝐓𝐴𝐿 out towards the wing to find... is that 𝐸𝐷𝐼𝐴? I think he's changed his boots. Don't recall him having yellow boots in the first half. Maybe he did. 𝐴𝐿 now up the ground. Just outside 50 here, the Tigers. That's not going to be 15 for 𝐓𝐴𝐿. Has to try and recover for this ball. He taps it into advantage of, I think that was 𝐸𝐿𝐴𝐿. Good spin move there from Taranto, but that's going to be holding the ball. Did too much. Tom McCartan. He's been super this afternoon. Hopefully going well. 𝐓𝐡𝐞 𝐼𝐵𝐶𝐶𝐶𝐶𝐶 line. There you go. Got there in the end. Tommy McCartan with a knick-knack, paddy-mack, give a dog a bone. Tommy Mack will come rolling home with an All-Australian blazer this year, of course. He's having a season. We'll see. Long down the line, Mamadi able to push out his direct opponent of Bolton. Now Hanley, we give the quick hands across to 𝐵𝐼𝐴. Inboard here, go for goals, 𝐓𝐴𝐿, I reckon. He will. No, he goes to the top of the square. Well, geez, he actually had cleared a bit of space. A bit of a missed opportunity there. Yeah, �絵𝐥𝐝, I think, having a really productive third quarter too. He's been getting busy, not only this quarter, but really for a lot of the afternoon. Coming now in the back 50. Providing an option with a mark. Not really much to go to, so just long down the line towards the wing. To a 2-on-2. 𝐶𝐬𝐿 pushes out Taranto there as he loses his balance. McCartan now to 𝐓𝐡𝐞. Inboard we go here to �絵𝐥𝐝. Again getting involved, sweeping hand pass, works beautifully to 𝐵𝐼𝐴. He breaks free of a tackle, he gives it across now to Lloyd, trying to find an option. He goes really wide here, across to 𝐴𝐁𝐁, and a good spot for goals here. 𝐼𝐴𝐿 is across the face for another minor score. Been a bit inaccurate this third term. 19 goals, 14. No, 13, sorry, plays 7 goals, 7. Rechko now in the back 50. It's not a great kick. It was read well from Cunningham. Cunners now whacks it forward. And this one's going to be gone out for a ball in. So however way we want it. 3:44 to play till three-quarter time. Sydney by 78 points on the stroke of three-quarter time. Well, no Sydney ruck here. He's Brown out of the ruck. Prestia under the pump. Now clearing kick here from 𝐓𝐴𝐿. Out of the 50, 𝐵𝐼𝐴. All going to be mopped up here. Looking like we're sent up the wall well. And we'll hit the short kick to Rowbottom. We can snag a set shot here or there. But he is going to find an option inside 50 instead. 𝐴𝐁𝐁, well, not the worst option as 𝐴𝐁𝐁 is one out with Prestia. And he's going to win a free here, Isaac. Looking like a holding free in his favour. Well, 𝐴𝐁𝐁 for his third goal, having a productive afternoon of football. 25 disposals, 10 score involvements, and a chance for his third here with 3 minutes to play. Left foot snap for his third goal, and he's got it. Good stuff. All right, now I saw 𝐴𝐁𝐁 cramping a little bit, so I'd like to see him on the bench and out of the game, because we don't want to have any injuries to our stars, but look, if he's fine, I suppose. 3 goals for 𝐴𝐁𝐁. As we're really now starting to push towards this 100-point margin mark. Hopefully go well, Belgium, mate. Welcome. Rowbottom with the score assist there. Yeah, man, it's nothing crazy. It's just literally kicked to 𝐴𝐁𝐁 and he'll do well. So it was a free against 𝐓𝐴𝐿 there. 7 goals straight, 4 goals straight from Curnow, McLean and 𝐴𝐁𝐁 with now 3. Ball back in the middle here. Adams out of the ruck does well. He's going to be crunched though from Ross. Could have been holding the ball. And no, maybe he didn't have priors. Now Chad picks off a hand pass. Lloyd now Goes towards the direction of Heaney. Slips catch mark. That's a beauty of a grab. Chance for now, number 4. Probably should have been on the ball there, though. Luddams was a bit dawdling a little bit too much, but perhaps he didn't have prior. Around the corner here for Isaac to get this to 90 points. Around the corner for his 4th. He's got it. Heaney again, ole. See, Luddams, well, he was in a hand-passing motion. Probably could have been holding the ball. And, yeah, I mean, that's been a bit of an issue for Richmond this afternoon. In tight, some of the hand-passing not been great. We've been alert to pick it off. Chad involved there. Lloyd, wobbly kick inside 50, but it works. And he's just too good one-on-one against Broad that time. No, that's very sad, Badger. All condolences, mate. That's no fun. Having a death. So, hopefully hanging in there, mate. Good to see you. You're better. Now we shift the hands through the corridor. It's really opened up here. This is where we have exploited all afternoon, it feels like. And it's a good kick. McDonald. Oh, geez, all alone. Cleary. Well, he can stuff the stat sheets with a goal. And I think he deserves a goal here, Caden Cleary. He's been good. Getting involved. Good to hear, Badger, mate. Well, 90 seconds to go. We've kicked a few in a few minutes here, so really now pushing this 100-point margin. Caden Cleary, yeah, 16 touches for a 17th and a goal. It's going to be across the face. That's unlucky. I mean, his career output for goal hasn't been great. It's something like, what, 4 goals, 13? It'd be something around that mark, I think. Broad now. No, sorry, Miller to bring it into play. Risky kick on the corridor. Might work out the back here for Bolter, and it does. Flicks the hands in board. Just wasn't on Sheldrick. Does well to win it back. Row bottom. Now, what can he find inside 50? That's a beautiful kick. All alone, Jake Lloyd. Again, off the turnover when we get the ball out in the open. There's just options. It's just way too easy. Chad now can have a pop shot. And he'll gladly take that. I mean, he's all alone within 10 metres. Suppose you can only beat what's in front of you, but yeah, some of this is looking like training drill stuff, let's be real. 97 points, 37 seconds to play. So definitely take a percentage booster, I suppose. They've been competitive throughout phases of the Tigers, but really getting outclassed this afternoon. Not really too much people's surprise. Should have tipped us by more. I think I said what, almost 40 points in the tipping video. For some reason, my tipping videos just never seem to tip by big margins, because I just think naturally you should always expect good close contests. But I suppose tipping the margin by the first game, there's actually practically no point because it doesn't count in tipping competitions. Only the first game does for margins. 146 points to 49. Strando gets a centre clearance here for Richmond. Can they get a mark? No, they can't. Bice almost took a beauty. Blakey, back to Bice. To Blakey. A few of the left footers involved. McCartan getting plenty of it. 1-2 with Cunners. Cunners been really neat back there today, I think. That's a good kick. You know, I'm not saying we would have won against Geelong last week, but I think Cunners would have been a pretty handy in for us last week as we chose to omit him. Bit of stability in the back line, that would have helped. Robon, good intercept mark there against Cumming. Well, that'll do for three-quarter time. Really, gamers continue to go to expectation. A powerful third quarter once again from us as Richmond go goalless in that quarter, and we really now push out the margin to 97 points. The margin was what, about 50 points at half time. It was a 7 goal to 0 quarter. 7 goals, 7 to 0 goal free term in our favour. How about that? So yeah, Mark Canini, I think he's done by the looks of it. he isn't ruled out. He's just, yeah, I don't know what's happened with Juz. It looks like his knee or something. Ankle, apparently. So we'll see what happens with him, I suppose. I don't want him out injured. He's a pretty important player for us. But really, to not much surprise, he's being rested. So. Oh, well, good timing, Brian. I literally just said he's injured, so that probably explains why. I mean, his total ground 75%, so he's still getting runs out there, but I mean, he's had a very good season. Leading the comp almost in score involvement, so he's having a really good year. I don't want to discredit him in a game that we're winning well. He doesn't need to absolutely blossom. I mean, I've got him in my Supercoach side, so that hurts a little bit, but look, we're almost up 100 points, so I can't complain. But yeah, I saw early in the third quarter he was like holding at his knee or ankle or something, so obviously because of that, that's probably why his output hasn't been great this afternoon. But plenty to like from our point of view. 𝐼𝐗𝐿, of course, been one of the best on ground, 27 touches and 4 goals. 𝐼𝐗𝐿 with 7 straight. Chad Warner with 26 disposals and 2, so that's really not much surprise. He's having a good afternoon. McCartan, honestly, been one of our best players today as well. Intercept marks galore. He's having a great year and getting plenty of the ball, like 20 disposals. He's up there for disposals this year, really giving him the ball more. Out of defence, row bottom. Pushing a little bit more in the midfield this afternoon. He's tackled okay. He's won some inside ball all right. Cleary, again, I'm liking. 17 disposals. He's working hard. McDonald been effective. 𝐓𝐴𝐿𝐿 also the same with his kicking. 𝐓𝐿𝐿𝐿, pretty productive third quarter. A lot of hand passes. A lot of contested possessions. He's got 10. Second highest as a Swan, followed with 𝐼𝐗𝐿 also with 10 and Laddams with 14. From Richmond's point of view, yeah, a bit of a ordinary third term. I've liked some things Jasper Auger's done. I think he's having a decent game. Jack Ross getting a decent amount of the ball, 15 touches. 16 touches with 6 tackles. Jaden Short with 14 disposals. Boston, as we said, swung forward. Cummings been okay. He's kicked a goal earlier in the first half. He's got 15 disposals, 2 marks, 2 tackles. Grill run from defence has been okay. Yeah, it's hard to pick up positives in an afternoon like this for Richmond. I suppose their first quarter was decent, but yeah, they're simply getting outplayed here. Not sure what the context behind that comment is doing. Like, what do you mean? Like, is there something specific, something you're not happy with? These kind of games, well, you mean the blowouts. Oh, well, Richmond absolutely... Oh, no, yeah, no, sorry. I saw the last bit of your comment. That makes sense. Well, Richmond are absolutely banged up, to be fair. I mean, they've had 15 plus in their injury list, so it's showing. I suppose we have up to a third of our best 23 out as well, but I think it's just where both teams are at, really. Richmond, a rebuilding side. This is a side really competing for a premiership, so I think when you add in the factors of home field advantage, Richmond's outs... Sydney, I felt we were due for a really powerful performance. We've been off kilter the last month, so we would have been fired up this afternoon. It happens. What I do observe, though, is like we'll have some rounds where it's just all blowouts, and we're talking about, oh, geez, this is how uncompetitive the league is. But then we'll have some rounds where literally, like, we'll have a Saturday run of games where every game's within 2 goals, and they're absolute beautiful games. You hear head coaches say all the time, it's hard to get wins. It's a competitive league, but like I think we're just seeing this afternoon, the side really flex their muscles. I mean, Heaney's having a big afternoon. Hopefully we get 9... I forget 9 more goals. Could happen. I suppose we're probably going to, probably take it a gear down, but we want to keep on pushing. I'm sure that Dean Cox won't be saying that, slow the game down or anything, or lower the intensity. Now, there you go. Yeah, geez, I mean, I don't know what to make of that. A good thing it isn't a knee, like an MCL problem. That's issues that he's had almost every year. So it's just a rolled ankle. We'll see what happens next week, but that's not really ideal. Well, 𝐓𝐡𝐞 really having a good chat there with his crew. They want to finish this game off well. Could they win the quarter? I think that would be a win for them. Scores from turnovers, though, 91-28 in our favour. That's where we do our best football, of course. Plenty of metres gained for Chad, over 600. There you go. Well, we'll see how this final term goes. It's Sydney by quite a bit of a margin. 97 points. So we go this final term and see if the Tigers can maybe win the quarter from their point of view. It's been a powerful display so far. Let's finish the game off well. 22 goals, 14, 146, plays 7 goals, 749. Back in the middle. There's someone's crossed the line here. It's going to be 𝐓𝐡𝐞 so Fred Hayes-Brown. Does anyone drop? Yeah, nah, you wouldn't think so. See what happens. Back inside 50. 𝐼𝐶𝐞 now taking his fair share of the contested marks alongside, intercept marks, alongside Tom McCartney joins in the party. Tom McCartney, handball receive. Kick now down the line. That's going to be a mark, I think, Patrick was ice. Yes, it is, against Lloyd. Back in board, the Tigers go here. Dion Prestia. Not really much run here for Prestia to give to, so he's just going to go long down the line. Who can be a fly here? Ball comes from Vlosten. Ball goes out. Ball in just inside their forward 50. So forward, just outside forward 50 stoppage for today for the Tigers. 𝐻𝐸 tackles Ross, ball up. Adams able to grab it out of the ruck, just gets a little danky kick forward. 𝐻𝐸 mops up. Prestia under the pump. They work their hands in tight. Better there, the Tigers. That was good. Hayes-Brown drops a quick short, and that's some better use from the stoppage for the Tigers. 𝐿𝐴 again. Or is it 𝐿𝐴? I think it's 𝐿𝐴. Yeah, been one of their positives for sure. They'll kick the goal from a similar sort of range and angle in the first term. So the sun's in his eyes here. That's a bit of a stitch up. Let's see if we can slot this. For the first of the final term for the Tigers. Kicks on its way. Looks good. He's got 3 goals, I think. Well, that's definitely one of the positives for Richmond there. 𝐿𝐴 with 3 goals. So they get the first of the final term.
Mentioned how Richmond have been going inside their forward 50 and they have been bombing a lot. I think 𝐿𝐴 just picking up the patterns of the game, thinking they're going long again, and that's what we've been talking about. Those little ones have opened up when they've had the ability and the want to move the ball when they didn't matter.
Ball back in the middle. 𝐻𝐸 now extracts out to 𝐵𝐼𝐶. Chad, leg driver, there it is again. Feasting this afternoon. Chad now goes inside 50. That's a good mark from 𝐻𝐸. So 2 intercept marks for 𝐻𝐸 in this 4th term as he shifts the ball out wide to Broad in the back pocket. That's a better kick in the corridor. Trainer, that kick's not great. Yeah, they've really struggled to challenge us with their ball movement this afternoon, Richmond. I mean, that's also, that's the expense of them not being good enough, but yeah, they've been pretty vanilla going forward. A lot of long bombing, and we've been able to deal with that pretty well. Lloyd now. Kick to the edge of 50 is good. Finds 𝐻𝐿𝐴 𝐿𝐴 just outside 50. Well, is he going to go for number 8 here? I think if he increases the angle, it will give this a good ride, but probably going to be a little bit too far for his range. And no fuss, he will chug it to the top of the square. Well, drop mark there from 𝐼𝐵. This one will hit the point post and going to be a boundary throw. Plus 20 inside 50, Sydney's way. Adams hits it. Ross able to shark the hit out though. Broad flicks it over his head to Banks. Across now to Bolter. This one, well, runs out of tarmac. Touch ball. Ball in. So Richmond with the bye next week. Then play Brisbane down in Tassie. Followed with 2 games in the MCG, North Melbourne and Collingwood. Saints at home next week. I think that's a Sunday game. Port Adelaide, that's going to be in Adelaide, and then the bye, followed with Brisbane up the Gabba and the Dogs back at home in their CG. So some winnable games coming up for us. And it's going to be, you think, a much tougher test next week. St Kilda expected to get back in a few players. Nas, I think Liam Ryan and also Mitch Owens are expected back. So, yeah, they're going to be a lot more competitive. They were poor on Thursday, but they're better than that. I don't think that game really reflects their season. I think the lack of skills from them on Thursday night's been a bit of their case this year. But yeah, the effort was pretty poor. Outclassed, outplayed. I mean, I think did they win that? I think they almost won the second half though. So yeah, I mean, the game was over at half time really. But yeah, they're going to be tough next week, and we seem to have some close games against St Kilda these last few times. They pipped us in 24. We won a close one in 25, where I'd arguably say Saints were probably the better side on the day, but we'll see what happens. We extract it from the stoppage. Hack kick forward from Jordan. Well done there for Marty. Snapping shot at goal. That was good there from 𝐸. Kept it in front for Marty to rove. Left foot snap though. Wrong side of the post. Minus score. Yeah, Richmond's SCG record's not great. I've won once in the last 10 games. Last win was mid-season 2015. Oh, 𝐵LAKE. Could that be 50? We haven't seen a 50 all afternoon, so I guess that's good discipline from both sides. 𝐵LAKE now. Across the wicks. Yeah, you can hit the kick short here. A bit too easy. James Jordan. Can go back here. James Jordan, he kicked a nice one for our first from outside 50. Has he done the same here? No, he's put it across the wrong side of the post. Out of the 50 now from Ben Miller. Flying for this one's 𝐵LAKE with a spoil at ground level. I think that was 𝐸𝐴𝐿𝐴. 𝐸𝐿𝐴, one back our way. Back kick from, I think that was Sarong, was a turnover. And now Steely Green out across to Bolter. So he wants to attack the corridor with this kick. It's a good one. Now they can get a bit of a run here, Richmond. Prestia towards half forward. Richmond able to hold on to the mark. Kyle, that's a great effort. Good spoil, good repeat effort. That's nice to see. He's done some good defensive acts, Carl. Doubt he'll be in next week, but look, who knows? I think Mills will probably be back in next week, but some good exposure at AFL level for him early in his career. Oh, 𝐵LAKE, great intercept mark from 𝐼𝐴𝐴 kick inside 50. 𝐵LAKE now just back across here to Tom McCartan. Continuing to rack up the ball this season, Tommy Mack. I'll check in a sec how he's actually faring in the key defenders in the AFL for disposals, because he's up there. I remember seeing a few weeks ago, he's like top 5 for average. 𝐓𝐡𝐞 now, running through the middle of the ground. 𝐵LAKE, it's opened up here, flicking hand pass over the top to 𝐓𝐿𝐴𝐴. He could probably get on the scoreboard here, I reckon, 𝐓𝐿𝐴𝐴. But he's going to do the right thing and hit it to Joel. That was touch, so he has to go quick. Joel should be kicking that. Might score. I'll have a look now. So if we go key defenders and see the disposal averages, I'm pretty sure McCartan would be up there. There you go. 𝐓𝐿𝐴𝐴 23, 𝐼𝐶 22.2, Josh Battle 20.9, Tom McCartan 4th 20.4. I think he had 20 disposals at 3/4 time, so he's going to have a lot more. Anyway, Richmond now work it down the line, drops the kick short, works for 𝐿𝐴𝐴, and they get a bit of run through the middle of the corridor here. 𝐼𝐴𝐴. Running bounce, kick towards the direction of Loston. Ludham's back at the flight, did pretty well. Edwards, that's a nice win. Flicks the hands over the top now to Kyle. On his favoured left. Good kick. Finding Cleary. 10 touches for Kyle on debut. Cleary getting involved. Flicked hand pass out wide here for Hanley. Cleary's on short, but he might want to find something in the corridor. I know Hanley's now going to dump it long inside 50. McDonald can fly. Unable to take the grab. Well defended from the Tigers there in the air. 𝐼𝐴𝐴 attacking well. Oh, free against Edwards. He did well to spoil, but it was a illegal act. It's going to be free here to force it. Now a big kick inside 50 here. It's just a bad kick. There's just a lot of poor inside 50 uses here for Richmond. Not many deep injuries. It's just a lot of long bombing inside, shallow entries, I should say. We've been picking them off well all afternoon. 𝐵LAKE now toe pokes it forward. That's going to be a hold there against Lloyd. Free again for 𝐴𝐴𝐴. Now on board here to Jayden Short. Cross now to Taranto. So just one goal in this half for Richmond after, looking threatening early on. Again, another shallow entry and should have been picked off from Ludham's. But at ground level, they've been able to get to work. That's good hands. Releases Steely Green. Should goal. No, he doesn't. Should have goaled. Yeah, plenty of misses this third quarter. Kyle's going to take in a kick in here. So pretty much replacing Mills this afternoon. But he's been able to get up the ground a little bit on the wing too, Kyle. Handy with the one paw, if you don't mind. Handy now to 𝐵LAKE. Back to Heaney. Heaney across to Tommy McCartan. So that disposal average keeps on going up. Now wide here to Will Edwards. Cross now to 𝐓𝐿𝐴𝐴. Getting adventurous again. Inside 50. Who can fly? Bolter with the spoil. Somebody may here at ground level. Ball flicks out. Sarong hunts it well. Can he get a goal? Oh, hits the post. He's had a few misses. Unable to get a goal so far today. Another minor score. Too late for half-time quiz. Oh, 𝐓𝐿𝐴𝐴, mate. I'll have to wait next week then. No, if they're going well, by the way, mate. Welcome. 𝐼𝐴𝐴 now. Was that too much for... No, it's actually going to stay in, but it's a turnover. McCartan coughs it up. McCartan gets the intercept possession. Back to Cunningham. Probably an arm chop there for Sarong. Yes, it is. So, Josh Sarong. Lowers the eyes inside 50 towards the pocket, and he finds Charlie. Can he snag this? So 𝐼𝐶 around the corner. Can he kick this for number 8? Oh, he's got it. Wow. 8 for 𝐶. Well, he's still on for 10. 8:22 to play. If John Longmire was still coaching, he'd be on the bench right away. He was a killjoy. Well, directly 100-point margin. There we go. Handy for the percentage, I suppose. And we've kicked a bit inaccurate in this fourth term. Could be have a bit more of a fourth quarter score, but you know, be careful what you wish for. Can't have everything. But nice kick there from Sarong into the advantage of 𝐶. And I don't know what that kind of kick was. No, it was a drop punt. It sort of looked like a hybrid of a snap and drop punt. Crowd loves it. Yeah, you sure can, Master, mate. Not restricting you. You can do what you want. I thought, am I streaming the game? No, I'm not. Should be an interesting one. I feel like that one could really go either way. Dogs off a good win, but I think the Pies they're still gonna jag a few results and really push some good oppo. Taranto now flicks it out here. Banks to Broad around the corner. This one will drop short for Taranto. That's a nice mark. Now back here to Seth Campbell. Wants to attack the corridor. That's just 15. Hopper now told to go. That's a good kick. Nice bodywork there from Fawcett against Edwards. Now let's see if he can get his first of the afternoon. Well, pretty free-flowing fourth quarter. It's 8:20 left, and we're only 16 minutes in. This might be a pretty short fourth quarter if things do continue. Let's see if Fawcett can go here. Nice. Put it out in the full again. Set shots haven't really been his strong suit this afternoon. That's another out in the full. Marcus wanted to tell. Yeah, I wonder if Marcus Bontempelli has a good performance tonight. It's seeming like he's playing banged up this season, but geez, he keeps on powering some big performances. He's obviously a star of the comp, no doubt about that. Row bottom now, extracts it out. Sheldrick tackled, umpire's ball. Go for the Dogs. Yeah, geez, it's very disappointing with these personnel issues, but it was a good win last week against Melbourne. Thought, yeah, obviously alongside Bontridge, just had a big game. Norton was fantastic. Sanders been really good the last few weeks. He's building a lot more into the midfield. That's, to be fair, I think at the expense of Liberatore out with concussion, but he's been really good. Been a good ball winner. And yeah, you know, obviously high draft pick, so it's sort of to expectation, but no, it's been good to see. Kyle now gets the rebound, 50, and now Bice. Oh, Kyle, he might have a bit of a run. Go, Kyle, all the way, son. He has a bounce. And he drops it to 𝐼𝐶. Well done, Kyle, and they'll get around him here. And Coxie's up. He's on the phone, I reckon, to say, get around, Kyle. That was a great bit of play. I think it's a bit easy to do it at this stage of the game, but that's nice to see. Yeah, I think if Mills is back next week, he probably goes, but it's nice to see him get cushioned into a game. I say cushioned because it still felt like it was a very premature debut. As he just didn't really feel ready from VFL form, but it's nice to see. Well, for 5 goals for 𝐼𝐶, 32 and 5, that would be pretty handy. Let's see if he can go here. Oh, of course, what a performance. 32 and 5. 106-point margin. Yeah, it feels like the game slowed a bit. And again, as I said before, like it feels a pretty short quarter. 6:34, 18 minutes. I'll go on lines at home, Smith, mate. I'll stick fat with him a little bit. I thought they'd have a mature response last week. Wasn't that at all. Midfield smashed. But I feel like could that be the sort of loss that says, hey, you know, that we've been papering over the cracks a bit throughout this season. Totally exposed that let's now get a bit of fight back in our game. Don't want to try and overact, you know. it's a team that's won 2 premierships, backs to the wall. They haven't really been the out and right best team. They haven't been that in 24 and 25. They've been one of the best teams, but not the outright best and best. So let's see how they bounce back. But I think Fremantle, it hurts with no Strong and Young though. But look, they play good footy. They added Young throughout the year. Strong though, that's going to be a bit of an out, like last week too. Kick down the line now, 𝐓𝐿 again. Jeez, he's been good. I'm probably going to give him votes. He's been unbelievable. So many intercept marks. Plenty of disposals. Now shifts the hands here to 𝐼𝐵𝐼𝐶. Lowers the kick. Oh, Chard out the back. High centering ball. Goes to the mouth of the goals. Touch, minor score. Cody. Is Cody? I don't think Cody Waitman's in this week, is he not? I don't think he is. Let's have a look. Yeah, not back yet, but English is back. That's a pretty important in. Now out of the 50. Tigers go, forcing the unable to mark. A good roving there from Roberts Thompson. A good first quarter. And now lowers the kick here. Bouncing ball. Taranto a bit more forward throughout the game. A good little win there against Cunners, but they run into a roadblock here as we pick it off. Cole, well done. Now Sarong inboard here to Lloyd. Now, inside 50 we go. Plenty of run here. Oh, Chart almost. He wants to join in on the fun. Gives it to Charlie for number 9. No, he does the right thing. Gives the hands off. Didn't really have a shooting lane. Chart hunts it well and tackled well from 𝐸𝐶𝐼. Umpire's ball. 5 minutes to go. What time? I predict 3:55 local time. Chad now marks. I don't really mind who wins. Sam, mate, neutral supporter. Just hope for a good game. Chad now for number 3. It's good to see him with a good performance, but you know, this is just the Chad we know. Like these are the sort of matchups he'll really feast on. It's an interesting season he's having. He's having games where it feels like he's doing the bare minimum, but he just gets it done. And Chad does go. Well done. He's got 3. Like he's not really had many best on ground caliber performances, but he's had the, you know, the 20 odd disposal games with some impact in bursts. So I wouldn't say he's having a bad season, but it's like, geez, you know, this guy should be a top liner. We should be seeing a lot more ceiling games from him. We haven't quite seen that this year. And, you know, when we needed to have some match winners and some players to live last week, he was really poor. So, yeah, a bit of a strange season he's having, Chad. It feels like he should be playing better for the most part, but he's still been pretty impactful. And look, he's having a good afternoon. 31-3. Heaney 35-5. I mean, it's the same culprits, really. 113-point margin, so it's looking like it's going to be over 100 points, the margin. That's handy for the percentage. Sheldrick to Jordan. Bit of a misplaced hand pass there from Jordan. Richmond can go now inside 50. And Big Widow, which should have taken the mark. Mopped up nicely from Sarong. Out across here to 𝐼𝐵𝐼𝐶. And out across. Yeah, this would be the highest score for the year, surely. Was it 166? Is that the highest out of any team this year, Dark Horse? Probably sounds like it. Cole in the corridor, holds wisely. Yeah, I mean, I've liked Cole's debut. Again, like I think sort of the opponent has helped him to flourish a bit, but he's done some good defensive things, like some good chase downs, some good tackles, some good spoils. Yeah, like there's quite a bit to like with him. Still think he's pretty raw, but no, I've liked his debut. Success one for sure. Chud now. Centering kick could be on. Nothing really on. Taranto mops it up. 𝐼𝐶𝐼𝐿 runs out of space. And look at this. Swarm around them here to try and win the ball back. That should be high for Hanley, and it is. Yeah, we'll have a look. Actually, hopefully go on, by the way, playlist. We'll have a look at the live ladder. It was, I think, 140 odd. Low 140s. It's now, yeah, we've gained about 10%. That's very handy. So, yeah, obviously, back on top of the table. Fremantle will play next game, though. And if they lose, we get back on the top of the table. But I think, again, if we do want to play that game, probably Carlton's win. Oh, good mark. Is that McLean? Yes, it is. Chance for number 5. Chance for career best for McLean. I think the Carlton result definitely helped to create a bit of a buffer on the top 2 at the minute. 1.5 games out of the top 2 it is between Hawthorn and Fremantle. Right, McLean. Oh, geez, left foot snap. McLean around the corner for a career bet. Oh, geez, he's done all Hayward. Is it the belly of the ball? Good work for Pete in the back. Oh. Oh, the foul. Bang. Rugby S tackle. But look at that. Oh, on the ball. Jesus. Okay, fair enough. That Clarkin's a bit stiff there. Credit to Logs, though. He got absolutely crunched by Lefebvre, but he didn't actually go to ground. Bit stiff there for a hole in the ball, I thought. McCartan a good sport. No, Kyle a good sport. Thanks for subscribing, Brendan. Appreciate it, my friend. It's going to be last disposal free. Yeah, so the skillers for Richmond today have been real disappointing at times. They've really been unable to challenge us well with some aggressive ball movement or changing the angles. A lot of long down the line and a lot of shallow entries. That doesn't help them, and we've been able to pick them off and kill them back the other way. So, yeah, definitely a golfing class this afternoon. But again, like this is a pretty injury-riddled side, this Richmond side. They've been competitive the last few weeks, but I think today, you know, on our home deck, they've been simply outplayed. I mean, if we have a look at one stat, I actually do want to see this. The marks inside 50. It is marks inside 50, 26-5. I mean, that is an absolute pantsing. One side that's shown a bit of method and hitting some targets well, whilst the Tigers haven't really shown that too much this afternoon. Key forwards have had a big say in this game as well. And to be fair, really bar Josh Kipkis, you know, Richmond do have all their key defenders out there and most of their defence out there, I'd say. So that's probably not an area that's injury-riddled per se, but yeah, I mean, I still think off the spread, we've absolutely killed them, especially in the midfield. Decent start for Richmond, though, to kick off the game. They pushed with some nice goals, to be fair, and they got to work at ground level. But, yeah, no, this team really started to flex the muscles, scoring prowess, the run and gun, transition from the back half, all the strengths from our game really coming to the fore this afternoon. So, look, not complaining, 113-point win. Granted, I don't think you can really take too much out of this game. We know what we are. We're a good team. Richmond are rebuilding. They're under the cosh with injuries, but I suppose it's nice to still see a big win with up to a third of our best 23 out. So I guess that's a positive. 𝐚 for number 9. Have a shot, son. Bouncing ball. Oh, misses. Well, that's a blemish on his goal-kicking record. He's now got one behind. But he's had a big afternoon, of course, Charlie. All round, a pretty decent performance. Decent. Oh, come on. 170 points. That is the highest out of any team this season. 25-20 plays 8 goals, 8. 114 points in the end by the Swans as they will go back to top of the table for now, pending Fremantle versus Brisbane. But a powerful performance. It's what we expect of this team. I know, it's high expectations on this side. Even with some outs, we really put the Tigers to the sword today. Luddams, there's that man on screen. Oh, he was decent. Out of the ruck, kicked that lovely goal in the second term. McLean feasted with 4 snags. A really good return from the key forwards this afternoon, even with most of, pretty much all of Richmond's key defence out there today. So that's nice to see. 𝐚 8 goals, 1. McLean with 4. McDonald with 2. Really impactful, thought he was. Heaney, what a stat line for Heaney. 32 and 5. Unbelievable. That is a ripper of a stat line. Top, yeah, exactly right. Top versus bottom. Geez, 170 fucking points. That's a lot. A lot. We know what this team is capable of. It's really, when the going gets tough, when the moments matter, when we play some strong oppo, we've been fan out a little bit this year. And look, I'm not trying to be a killjoy, but that's happened against Hawthorn, that's happened against Geelong, and Collingwood pushed us too. But look, can't complain with this afternoon. Just bank the win. We'd like to say no injuries, but it's looking like McInerney has rolled his ankle. And look, rolled ankle, it's not like an MCL or anything, so hopefully it's just precautionary and he's good to go for next week. And then Melican, I see, is also injured too. Hamstring cramp for Melican. Okay, so a cramp. Again, who knows? I think he should be okay. The cramp doesn't sound anything too severe, but yeah, Henium, order performance. But yeah, Richmond, again, they were competitive in the first quarter. They got to work at ground. They were on the forward 50, and that's what they've been able to manufacture, some good patches of play. Looking tight, they're able to win the ball at the source a few times. They were beating us in contested footy early on, but yeah, the skill error is very disappointing from their point of view. We were able to shark a few of their hand passes on the inside and absolutely blitz them on the outside. But yeah, like contested ball in the end was a bit of a smashing. They really dropped off the intensity as the game wore on. We ended up winning the contested ball 150 to 133. But yeah, geez, the running power this side, when it's on, it's dangerously good. They failed to defend the corridor that well, to be honest, the Tigers. Far too often we'd see options lining up through the middle. Handball receives this wave of running and options galore inside 52. So it was a game to forget. That's something to be said for Richmond. But then again, a lot of injuries, which does not help. But I think that's just where both teams are at. Well, 3-2-1 votes. Tommy McCartan, 26 disposals. What a performance. He'd be up there. The Heaney, obviously, you got to go. I'll go for 3. 2 to 𝐴𝐿, 1 for McCartan. I think I'll go with that. All had massive performances. Hopper battled okay, 25 touches. Ross with 18 disposals. Taranto with 24. Bit of time forward for him. Jaden Short. Bit of a junk game, I thought, to be honest. Just the 18 disposals. Sonsie worked hard. Probably one of his better games of the season, I suppose. Prestia with 21 touches. But, yeah, there just wasn't really much spark in this Richmond outfit today. So have to be said. They'll have the bye, though, so they'll have plenty of time to reflect. And look, again, like their last month, given their injury list, they've had some competitive performances. They've had 2 wins in their last 4. But I think today they just met a pretty potent side. So I think, again, that's just where both teams are at. Good to see McLean, though, go 100, kick 4 goals. Yeah, a lot of good contributors today. Again, Josh Strong on the wing contributed nicely. Jordan with a beautiful first goal for us. Bice, bit of a quieter game, but did some nice things. McDonald having a good year. I know he's been chatted about by some supporters saying he should be dropped, but he's been in good goal kicking form for us now the last 5 weeks. And I appreciate Andrew. Glad you enjoyed, mate. No worries too, Taz. Kelly Onwards, not my least fave. Grey Lion, Wheatley are the worst. Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, I think everybody has their own commentary and stuff. I don't really take too much out of it. It's just whatever, they call the game. Dwayne Russell, I know he's a love-hate kind of guy. Some people hate him with all his terms, but I just can't hate the man. He just loves footy. He's a bit of a nuff, isn't he? But yeah, geez. I don't think it can take too much out of this game. Like, we know what we are, but for the context of the season, it's just really a game gone to expectation, really. But 114 points, probably... I mean, geez, it probably somewhat exceeds expectations. Usually when you win well, it's about the 60-point range plus. But, geez, 114, that's a big win. Biggest score for the season out of any side as well. But, yeah, really coasted. Since halfway through the first term, got the game on our terms and really was smooth sailing for most of the game. Bit more on the individual stats. Chad Warner almost had 1,000 metres gained. 812, if you don't mind. That is some number. And Wicks always loves to take the game on. 611 for him. Heaney 508. Goal assists. 3 to Rowbottom. Better game for him this afternoon. A bit more midfield time. 6 tackles. And let's see the debutant stats. Harry Kyle, not bad in the end. 16 disposals. 3 clearances to his name. I liked him. Again, probably doesn't play next week with Mills to come back in, but there's a lot to like with him. I thought the defensive aspects of his game I enjoyed, with some spoils and some chase down and some intercept possessions. How many did he have? Had the 2. But yeah, 𝐓𝐿 10. Excellent performance from him. That's it from me, lads. Hopefully you enjoy. Can't complain. Nice, chill Saturday afternoon viewing, eh? Back on top of the table, if you don't mind. So I think we have the right to flex our muscles. But yeah, it should be interesting, these next 2 games. These are both sides, Saints and Port, that are plucky. They can play some good footy. But look, I think the Saints have a better, much more lower gulf in quality between their best and worst this season compared to Port. But they're going to be tricky, the Saints. The last few times they've done a smashing in the midfield against us, and they're going to have some important ends back in next week, so they're going to be much tougher than this Tigers side. Who knows? But look, the offensive prowess again of this side should give us plenty of confidence, and then the bye next week for the Tigers. Thanks for tuning in, lads. Hopefully you did enjoy the rest of your weekend. Yeah, long weekend here actually in Canberra with I think it's Reconciliation Day, so yeah, it's actually back-to-back long weekends, and I think it's the King's birthday the week after, so yeah, no, it's all happening here. It's all happening in Canberra. Bloody hell. No, we're not that bad. Once I saw a hot air balloon. Yeah, jeez, it's a bit of a boring city, but it's not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, 73 to 47 inside 50s too. Bit of a pasting. But look, players to come back. Let's actually have a quick look at that. Are we expected anybody next week for a hit out against the Saints? It's not... Yeah, so Roberts could come back in next week. Fortunately, Bowman failed to get up for the VFL game. That's a shame, but it's looking like he's finally back next week. And that's pretty much that. Roses 1-2. And it sounding like, what's his face? Gordon is set to return for the round 16 game against Brisbane. There you go. That's going to be exciting to see if he comes back then. But thanks for tuning in, lads. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And that's it from me. Take care and catch you later.